SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, it was Black Monday and it hit hard. NFL's two-time Coach of the Year Kevin Stefanski is out in Cleveland, while Pete Carroll is one and done in Vegas after a 3-14 season. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight in Memphis. They're going to take on the Grizzlies with a tip set for 7. Wemby did travel with the Spurs and has been a full participant in practice, though he's still questionable for the game. In college football news, good friend of the show and Fighting Texas Aggie voice, Andrew Monaco, was named the 2025 Texas Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Congratulations to a good dude. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, you think it's funny? You think that's funny? It's not funny. It's not funny. Hey, good morning, everybody. 'Tis the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in. I'm your old pal, AJ, and look over here to my left. Oh, I just noticed something.
What?
Your shirt?
Do you have an event today?
Oh, I am in my fun shirt.
Yes.
No, I was just in the closet. Seriously. There was no event.
Okay.
Nothing going on today, huh?
No, I wish there was. Honestly.
You're not taking photos with the fellas?
No, I'm not going to. Normally, for those who aren't aware, it's a good reason to go to YouTube. And every fun picture I have over the last year and a half or so, I'm wearing this shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know why. If I'm someplace fun, this is my fun party shirt.
Okay.
It goes with my fun jeans,
Okay.
my
All
fun
right.
pants. So, no, you're right. I do have my fun shirt on. I didn't really think about it. But reason being, I got up this morning, and I realized that my air conditioning was on. So I was like, dude, I've put away a lot of my spring stuff, or, short sleeve stuff's like in the back of the closet. And I reached in and got this. And I thought, I'll wear this today.
Okay.
That's literally it. But you're right. Now I have to find something fun to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Got to
party.
find an adventure.
I'm a party today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Rob and I, we had the first 2 pictures that we ever took together, I think.
Is that it?
He was seriously. I mean, there's been more since, but I think the first 2 certainly.
Well,
we were wearing the
in
exact
LA,
same shirt.
and I think we were someplace else. And this, like I said, this is my going out. Let's have fun shirt.
And then did you wear that to that?
The Western
cowboy
thing.
theme event?
See, another fun night. So again,
I think we might be up to 3 times. Rob and I have hung out and had a good time.
and I got my fun shirt on. So
Yeah.
If you see me in the fun shirt, come join me. We're having a good time.
I expect something. Yeah, I was like, oh, man. And I got jealous. I said, wait a minute, you having fun with someone else?
I'm gonna.
So you've got another friend? You tell me
another fun thing going on today. Sneaking out. We see other people.
Intriguing.
But no, you're right. Time to party.
Look at you. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah.
That's Rob Thompson, folks. And there you hear Vic in the background. Vic,
Coughing, wheezing.
yeah. What's going on with you? What's the latest?
Just fever still, just going through the flu. I get yeah, because I threw up yesterday too.
Why are you at work right now?
Because Edwin can't cover. He's covering something else, so I have no choice but to be here.
And infect the rest of us.
Right.
Yep.
And they prioritized Edwin covering
The front
desk
over this.
over our show.
Yep.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a discussion to be had.
Yeah. So I coughed all over this mic cover, all over the keyboard.
You got enough Lysol in there to get you through?
Well,
I didn't bring Lysol, but I do have the wipes though.
We're gonna have to hose that building out.
You need to start doing that Lysol like whippets, like treat it like a.
Well, he normally does.
Yeah, I normally.
You're normally. Vic will use a can of Lysol.
I know he does, but I'm saying he needs to start inhaling
He's
it.
the only
I have
dude I know
Lysol
that he
and
travels. And this is not just on a regular.
Yeah.
Vic brings this every day. He travels with disinfectant.
You know those people who can do the magic trick where they put something in their nose and they pull out their mouth and then they do that? You need to do that with a Clorox wipe.
Yeah, I do. Just to clean it all out.
Like the Admiral from Hot Shots who could stick a
Part deux.
through his head.
Yeah.
Lost the eardrums in Guadalcanal.
But once the coffee kicked in, I felt better. But on the way over here, I mean, I almost fell asleep at the light.
No.
So I knew something was bad when I got here and your production studio's door was closed. And I was like, oh, that's a box full of germs.
Yeah. You can just see the green in here.
That sucks for sucks for pleasure a little bit later on.
Well, that's why I hope we've got plenty of the wipes.
No, I'll wipe everything. I wiped it down yesterday, too, before I left.
I see you've
can't get sick, though.
I see you've brought a full tub of Cool Whip today.
I grew up on the South Side.
Okay.
This is it's Tupperware.
Yeah, it's not Cool Whip. It's something else. It's probably barbecue.
No, it's donuts.
No, see?
Gotcha. Okay.
See, this
It's
morning,
always a mystery.
my wife came home with powdered donuts, and I wanted to get them and take them this morning, but
You couldn't find
I couldn't find anything to put them in. This was sitting.
So Vic, he threw out all the Cool Whip and.
Thank God there wasn't any Cool Whip, but
no, he ate it all.
Well, come to think of
was.
it, if I'd have been able to put these donuts in Cool Whip, man,
So-
I'd be eating like a king right now.
So you're telling me you had that Cool Whip container like in a cabinet somewhere?
Yeah, right in front of me. I was hungry, and I thought, well, I don't want to eat now. I'll have these when I get to work. So I was gonna go all the way back into the pantry and dig around for a bag, but I didn't want to set the dogs off.
We live such different lives.
So I just opened the cabinet, and this is the first thing I saw. And I'm like, well, I'll take this. My wife won't even miss it.
We have a bunch, too. I have a bunch of I can't believe it's not butter
it's
containers.
either going to be that or the white with the red top.
Yes.
That I had a couple of those to choose
I have
from.
about 3 or 4 in the cabinet right now.
I grew up South Side. I saved this stuff.
If I opened the cabinet, or my wife opened the cabinet and saw an empty Cool Whip or butter container, she'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like
it's South Side, man. These things work. And the thing about it is, I can use this today, and I'll just throw it away, and no one will miss it. And now, if I had left the house with Tupperware that my wife has coated and the match set, and if one's missing,
1 of 5, 2
I'm
of 5.
So
yeah,
I'm glad we have these things. I'm not accountable for this.
That's Rob's meal prep container.
It
He's
is.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powdered donuts. That's
Well, I just
Tuesday.
I grabbed a handful on the way out, and I was like, and I carry a purse with my drinks in it, but it would have gotten powder all over the side.
yeah.
So
I was
that
gonna
makes
say
sense.
he put a couple carrot sticks in there to make it healthy, but no, he
Carrot stick.
he put 2 mini baby Ruths in there.
Well, no. So this is the other part. So yesterday,
Dr. Torres is like, "You son of a bitch."
no, I grabbed these. I know. Dr. T, I'm working. Trust me. But yesterday, our fearless leader, who's on his final retirement bed, about to leave. And did you see the bag that Lance brought in? Oh, so Lance brought in our former and soon-to-be on his retirement leader, brought in the biggest
gigantic
bag of candy I've ever seen. It was like all of his Christmas candy that he wanted out of his house, and it had all the good stuff. So, and I'm talking about this thing probably weighed 10 pounds.
Oh my!
It was huge, and the bag is still in there on the table, but everything is gone. All of the candies, and there were everything that you could buy. That's the up end of your Christmas candy, like small Snickers.
Yeah.
Everything was gone, but 2 Baby Ruths and a bunch of the red and green chocolate kisses.
Okay.
That's all that was left after 10 pounds. But I was struck by the fact that of all the candy bars that were left over, there were 2 Baby Ruths.
A Baby Ruth is a garbage candy bar.
And I don't think it's a garbage candy bar.
It is.
No,
But of all the other
is
ones,
garbage.
Baby Ruth is a garbage candy bar.
Is it more
Or
garbage
Mounds.
than dark chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh no, anything dark chocolate.
What
like
about
eating
Mounds?
dirt.
Mounds is delicious.
Oh, Mounds.
Oh, I love Mounds.
Coconut, it's all or nothing, though. I'm not out on it, but there's lots of people
I'm
that tell
team
you,
coconut,
hell no.
man. I'm team coconut.
But
yeah,
I don't think Baby Ruth's
Yeah,
that
me
bad. I
too.
like the salted peanut. I think that adds it. I don't think it gets enough credit.
No.
I think it
I
should
like
get
the
more
York
credit.
peppermint patties.
Oh,
what's
that's
better?
elite tier.
Oh, you'll see another. Yeah, those are okay.
I can only eat about a bite or 2,
Yeah,
and then that's
they're
it.
not bad. They're a pleasant diversion. Would you eat a Baby Ruth or a Butterfinger?
A Butterfinger.
Both.
I don't know.
Because
It's pretty close.
I don't eat chocolate at
Oh,
all.
see,
so.
yeah, I don't know. For me, it's pretty close.
When I
Love
was
it.
a kid, Butterfinger was my
Was
my
your
go-to.
go-to? Yeah, that stuff gets in my teeth.
Yeah,
Mine
it
was
is.
Three Musketeers.
Oh, that's even worse than Baby Ruth.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Three Musketeers.
I
With
love that nougat.
It's
It's
too
too
soft for me.
nougaty.
Yeah, it's too. That's
That's probably why I'm diabetic.
A
'cause
little bit
that.
of nougat, like in a Snickers, is good. You've got too much
Yeah.
nougat.
Oh,
there.
I love it.
Now,
Nougat can't be the main character.
right. It's the additive. That's what the nougat is. The extra on top of the good stuff.
Nougat
that makes
needs
it
to be
even better.
nougat needs to be up for the supporting actor role.
Right. It's the
It can't
not
be,
the lead.
It's
It
the-
cannot
the
be the
lead.
best
it's the
actor.
Steve Buscemi
Yes.
of chocolates.
It cannot be Mel
Can't
Gibson.
carry the bar, but really is
No.
a great additive.
Yes.
But the Baby Ruth, I would have put like the Nestle's dark chocolate to be the last one there.
Dark chocolate's actually better for me.
Well, it's
in my
supposed to be
for
healthy,
sure it is. Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
just not a fan. I like mole, but I know what I'm getting into with mole. When I eat a candy bar, I expect sweet.
Oh yeah,
It's like eating a concha, which aggravates me every time I have one. It's supposed to be sweet. It
supposed
looks
to,
sweet.
but
It
it's
should
not.
be sweet,
It's
but it ain't.
So when you get the bag that's got like the miniature Hershey bars, there's like 5 different varieties.
Anything with the gold wrapper or the it's the red Nestle's with the dark chocolate or the dark chocolate with almonds.
Yeah.
Ugh. No,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I'll eat them if I have to. I'm not
Okay.
gonna. I'm just like I'm not gonna turn it away.
Okay.
But it's my last choice.
Where do you sit on white chocolate?
My wife adores white chocolate, and it's not really my thing.
Okay.
What about candy corn
No, that's
No?
a crime against humanity.
and black licorice?
Another
Ugh.
crime.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I can't either.
You know, have you ever had like
Why did they
gourmet
exist?
licorice? Have you ever had like the?
I've never had gourmet
There's
eating candy.
I think it's the Danish that just eat nothing but licorice. They love
I
it.
guess so. Yeah.
Ugh.
You can go and I forget.
Don't
where
they
we
eat
were.
pickled eggs with beer or something like that in the bar?
Well, they eat
Or is that Irish?
Well, no, the Norlanders.
Yeah, yeah.
They eat like dried herring at the bar. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, you go into a gourmet licorice. There's like 150 different flavors of licorice,
yeah.
and not one of them is worth a crap.
No.
I mean, literally none of it.
And they all taste the same, basically. Like there's like a tinge of something.
It's people who enjoy stuff like that. I think they do it just to be obstinate, like
Yeah.
just to show you.
Yeah.
You'll not like it. It's not for you, but for me, it's delicious.
You've never done any gourmet candies, Vic?
Nah.
Well, that's dark chocolate, right?
Well, no, not really.
No, back-
especially not Hershey's
No,
dark
back
chocolate.
in the day, you used to have
No,
the Segovia Mexican candies, which is like a brown with pecan.
Oh,
like real
that's
sweet.
just
You know
that's
what I'm
just
talking
melted sugar. Yeah, those,
about? Yeah.
those are-
I mean,
You've never gone to
sugar
like
bombs.
a chocolatier though, or something like that?
Nope.
Oh, man.
They can do chocolates
The,
crazy ways.
Nah, my sugar just rose just
Oh,
thinking about
yeah.
it.
My one of my favorite barbecue places in Houston, or it's right outside of Houston in Tomball. It's called Tejas Barbecue.
Okay.
And barbecue was like the second thing that they did. They started as just a chocolate shop, and they do
What a crazy leap!
they do bean to bar. Like they used to travel to
Cacao.
like Colombia and pick out their nibs.
Yeah.
And then they would bring it home, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they'd make the chocolate. And they were like, well, we don't know if it's a sustainable business to have just a chocolate shop. So they did barbecue
So we
too.
do Q and chocolate.
And then they got rated in the top 10 for Texas Monthly like 8 years ago or whatever.
They're like, what about our chocolate?
But they do, like you mentioned, those York patties.
Yeah.
They do these things called frostbites that they're like the size of a hockey puck. They're super thick, and they are just filled with that pepperminty
minty.
cream. Oh man!
Man,
And now they make the
Poor
they
Vic.
make them where they've got you can put your weed in them. They've got the weed candy that you can make now too.
In Houston?
Yeah,
that's
How do
dangerous.
they do that?
I don't know how they do it. I don't know what the rules are, but they do it.
I'm down.
They do it.
You know, I
They do it, they don't
appreciate a
tell
good
nobody.
chocolate, but sometimes you can go too far with it. The infused, like different kind of chocolates that have like fruit flavor built in.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan
No.
of fruit with chocolate.
No, or
But-
any kind of stuffing, any kind of stuff in there.
My mom's favorite thing was the Queen Anne chocolate covered cherries.
No, not for me. No,
It's not for me either, but my
No.
mom loved
Oh,
them.
I grew up. My mother was that and fruitcake, but not for me.
Fruitcake is an
It
abomination.
is. Well, there's only what's that old saying? There's only like 20 fruitcakes that actually exist. We
and
just
they
keep
just
giving it to each other.
regifting.
My mother's the one that keeps them and eats them.
Oh,
She would.
Yeah.
Oh no.
ugh.
That's why we're past that season. Onward and upward.
That's right. That's right. All right. We got plenty to discuss today. Man, the NBA is a wild, wild world right now. I am starting to there's something going on with Oklahoma City, and they're sitting now at
they've lost 7 games.
They're 30-7, and I'm sitting here going, what is their problem? That might be more of a me issue than anything, but we got to discuss that. We got a lot of football to talk. We got some college hoops to talk. It's a big day here. Spurs, of course, getting back into action tonight. We'll talk that too. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You ever hear the saying, how can you know where you're going without a plan or a map? That's what Dr. Jacob Torres is at the Institute for Functional Health. He is your health map. He gives you the guidelines on how to get to where you want to go. So many of us decided over the holidays, we resolved to lose some weight. But if you just say you're going to lose weight without a plan, can you lose it in one? And can you keep it off too? And that's really the most important question. That's why Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health have been so successful. This has nothing to do with GLP-1s, those semaglutides. You can lose the weight on your own. People have for many, many, many years, and people like me have been able to keep it off for years as well. I first met Dr. Torres 10 years ago. I weighed nearly 300 pounds. I'm now down, I hang around 220, down nearly 80 pounds now, and I'm still on a lifestyle, on a plan that I'm going to stay with for the rest of my life. I don't need a pill. I don't need a shot. I learned how to take care of myself and lose the weight like many others did. See, Dr. Torres incorporates everything you need, the physical and the mental, to put you on a program that actually works. Call him today. The number's 210-468-1891. His website, IFFhealth.com, a valuable resource. Listen, if it's time to lose weight, there's no better call than Dr. Torres. Call him today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heaviest delay is going to be on the west side on Highway 90. We've got a full-on closure now. 90 in both directions. So eastbound between Hunt Lane to 410 and then westbound Military over to 410. They are forcing traffic to exit at 410 southbound. 35 southbound Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard, northeast side of town. That's some ongoing road work causing about a 17-minute delay. Stop and go from Olympia Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, college impact, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
I was watching I watched a video last night that was they say you can't do guitar solos on an acoustic, and it showed Slash from Guns N' Roses playing acoustic and playing like Sweet Child of Mine, and I was like, oh my god, these dudes are so good.
Next level.
The dudes that are the best, they're so good. I can't even imagine what Jimi Hendrix could have done on an acoustic guitar if he felt like it.
And then you go, wonder if he was sober.
Oh, and I'm sure he wasn't.
Feel his fingers. Wonder what he could do.
It's funny, but like as I was looking at him, I was like, did Cam Newton steal his look? Because he did have the top hat and the glasses, the round glasses. Now,
consider that was the 60s and he was on acid most of the time, but I don't know what Cam's excuse is.
No, I mean Slash.
Slash. Oh.
Cam stole Slash's look.
Again.
Yeah.
Slash mostly high. Cam, what's your excuse?
A lot of people saying AJ doesn't know the Mexican way, that we don't throw away containers, they become Tupperware.
Yep.
So this is
as I said, man, I grew up on the south side. They ain't no container leaving our house without something in it.
I have a cupboard full of HEB plastic bags.
Who doesn't say those?
That I use for trash bags.
Yeah.
This is how I find out I'm not puro.
Yeah, it's those little things.
All right. And Vince says his Co-op containers have Menudo in them.
Oh, yep. That's a go-to,
The
too.
problem with that is they're forever pink.
Yeah.
You'll never get that out. That's
I'll
it.
throw them away after that.
They get one use.
Yeah. All right. Where should we even begin? I do want to start in the NBA. Well, we'll start with that Thunder game last night. The Thunder got smacked around by the Charlotte Hornets. And,
inexplicable.
It really is. And this is my initial thought, and I didn't watch the game live. My initial thought is, oh, well, they must have been sitting a bunch of guys. No, they weren't. They got 30 minutes out of Shea. They got 26 minutes out of Jalen, 28 minutes out of Chet. They played their guys. They just got smacked around 124-97 at home by a team that might be picking first in the draft.
Well, I think there's a testament to, they're better than they were, but do you get the sense that the rest of the NBA is like looking at the Predator going, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a chink in the armor. There's a way to beat them, and maybe the Spurs exposed exactly what that is, and other teams are able to copy it. I just look at it more like, so you're telling me they're human. They're not the Golden State team that's only going to lose 10 games. So they're still really good, and this is the doldrums of February. I am shocked to the extent, and I would have thought, well, maybe – SGA played 20 minutes and they yanked him in the fourth. No, dude got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And the big three all did. I think you're allowed to have those nights. It's just they are such a team that just goes to work that it doesn't happen to them. I think that's the shock, that they don't lose by 27. They lose by a bucket at the end.
Right. How they lost to the Suns.
Yeah, the first of their back-to-backs.
So this is the second time this year they've lost back-to-back games. Obviously, the first being the two against the Spurs. Alex Caruso didn't play, but Alex Caruso is not going to make up 27 points.
No.
So it's just it was a surprise result. I still stand by, in a 7-game series, the Thunder are. I mean, if the Thunder play their B+ game for 7 games,
who's going to beat
there's
them 4
not
times?
a team in the league that's going to beat them 4 times.
Completely,
I believe that,
and I don't think that's going to change unless something's injury or something to that extent does occur. But I think the best thing for the rest of the league now is to know that there is something there. There is a way to beat them. Where coming out of last year and at the start of this season, it just looked like, yeah, the Spurs got lucky, and they happen to have this 7-5 dude that just throws everything out. But the fact is, when a team like Carolina can show up into OKC and snipe them out of the building, I think gives some hope to the rest of the league. But I'm certainly not comfortable in that they're imminently beatable. But I do think in the right situation, you can certainly make them sweat.
Yeah, was there a year in the Spurs dynasty where they
just about the last of the dynasty, the last year that we didn't win the title,
not counting 14, right? You don't does that count as a separate?
No, I think it's all the same thing. It's basically the same dudes. Okay. We had an opportunity to go undefeated at home, and I think they ended up losing 15, 16 games that year, where there was every now and then they'd slip and get hammered in a game, and how the hell did that happen? But they had the same mentality this OKC team did. I mean, we'll just get up and go to work tomorrow. That was an abhorrent thing. We know we're not that bad. And I think Oklahoma City is there. I'll be really interested to follow not so much the score. I expect them to win. It's how they go get their buckets now. How much are they going to fall back on Shea, who's going to get a usage rate of about 80% to get him out of the doldrums? Or is it going to be somebody else on the team, like a young Jalen steps in and kind of does something to lift them up like the Spurs used to? When they get in those little dry periods, there's always a Manu game that kind of woke them up, or one of those bench dudes that kind of got things going again. And I fully expect OKC to have one of those games here, hopefully their next one up if they're trying to get themselves out. But we're running into the cold night in January, February, where the end of the season seems so far away. And, it's so hard to be on edge every night knowing you're not only the world champ, but also the MVP that's going to get the best, not only of the best of every other team, but every other dude that guards you. They're the one that's going to have the night. So I'm going to allow them one. But losing 2 straight, that makes me feel a little bit better. I mean, as a team that's contending.
Adolph says, check the fouls for OKC. It looks like the Hornets got to the line, or the Hornets got 23 fouls. The Thunder only 14.
That's one of 2 things. I wonder, was Scotty Foster reffing?
But the free throw attempts, I was 25 to 27, so it was about the same. Like I just think they got their ass kicked.
I would drill even deeper. How many free throws did Shea take?
Shea took 6 free throws.
There you go. They weren't giving him the calls.
This is the most alarming thing. If I told you a team lost 124 to 97, and one team had 21 turnovers and the other had 7, I mean, is it 99 out of 100 that the team that got their ass kicked would have 21 turnovers? The Hornets had 21 turnovers and won by damn near 30 points. What a fast. I mean, part of it is the Hornets went 19 of 37 from 3.
37?
So you shoot 51% on damn near 43s.
Yeah,
you're going to win games.
Well, you're not going to win by 20. I mean, that's a symptom. That's part of it, but you're not going to lose by 27. I mean, there's other stuff that went down other than that.
Well, the Thunder shot 11 of 39 from three.
There you go.
So, I mean, the difference is pretty much at the line.
I'll tell you, I wanted to see Kneipel play last night. I do think that there's also something to be said for what Charlotte's doing. I mean, they are a better basketball team. That Charlotte team, I don't care what they could have shot last year. They could have shot 70% from three and still lost by 20 to OKC. So something else is going on in Charlotte, and I think that it's representative of finally that put a couple of guys out there that can snipe, and they got hot last night.
They are 13-23 on the season.
Only 10 games under? Or 5 games under? I'll
to
take
me,
that.
they remind me, you mentioned during the break, they remind you a little of Portland. To me, they remind me a little bit of the Jazz.
Not Charlotte. I mean, no, the team that reminds me a lot of Portland is Detroit's like 3 years ahead of what Portland is.
Yeah, the Hornets remind me of the Jazz in that, like, you look at their lineup and you go, this team shouldn't be even – they shouldn't have 13 wins right now, but they do, and they're playing above their depth.
Well, they get to play in the East, too.
That helps.
So they do get a couple of freebies every week. But I wish I'd have seen it.
But typically they are a freebie. That's the thing.
That's it. And 13 wins already, 5 games under 500. I'll take it.
So I got to give them I got to give credit that they that's a good win. Corey says the Thunder are a 500 team over their last 6 games. I'm surprised there's still a belief they're that much better than the rest of the league. That's a 6-game sample.
Yeah,
so
but like I said, I think
that's essentially like an NFL team going 1-1 and going, oh yeah, they can't be elite. That's absurd.
But what happens is things get exposed, and whatever that weakness is. And I'm not an expert enough to break down OKC film, but I do get the sense that the Spurs provided at least a formula.
A blueprint.
How do we go at these guys? And whatever that is, and I think it to me, thinking back to what the Spurs did, it's guard pressure and forcing Shea to work the ball up court, make him work his dribble from half court on, and delay the offense for him and force him into some odd shots because he's always going to be their first option. So I do think you force him to be the dude all night long to work the ball up, and then if he doesn't, you keep it out of his hands and force somebody else to beat you, and then hope they're as cold as they were last night. But that's nothing new. I mean, you're dealing with the MVP. You take him out of the equation, you're going to beat him most of the time. But they didn't. That wasn't the thing. How much did he score?
Shea?
Yeah, with only 6 free throws, it wasn't a lot.
No, it was not a lot. 21 points. I say not a lot. Yeah, 21 points.
No, that's not a lot for him.
No. Slow night at the office for him. 6 assists as well, but yeah, just I mean, obviously, you get your ass kicked like that. It's not going to be an efficient night. He was 7 of 21 from the field.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. And only picked up 3 fouls.
Yeah, and they also they had some depth guys that Brandon Carlson 1 of 5, Isaiah Joe 1 of 7, Kaysen Wallace 1 of 6. Like the guys who came in and spelled them were dead on the vine. So. Just a bad night at the office, but it is. I will say, as someone who thought that this team was going to lose like 10, 12 games all year, I think I may have overstepped a little.
As we're looking at the future, I saw a breakdown. Wemby could only miss 2 more games.
Yeah,
he loses the opportunity.
Yeah, I've stopped even thinking about him.
So if you're looking to vote on who's defensive player of the year, it might be time to put some money on somebody else.
It's not going to be Wemby.
It can't be. He's not going to be. He's going to be excluded.
All right, let's take a break. We're running a little late. It's Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heaviest delay is going to be on the west side on Highway 90. We've got a full-on closure now. 90 in both directions. So eastbound between Hunt Lane to 410 and then westbound Military over to 410. They are forcing traffic to exit at 410 southbound. 35 southbound Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard, northeast side of town. That's some ongoing road work causing about a 17-minute delay. Stop and go from Olympia Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
You made the New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happens? You don't see results and give up. Want real results? Go to Synergenics and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now, getmyhealthfix.com.
Did you know that Apple started in a garage? Google started in a garage. So did Amazon and Hewlett-Packard. At the next rodeo, we have nothing against garages, but this is for those burgeoning businesses that started in backyards. Bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, home offices, and also garages. Small businesses with smaller beginnings that were looked down on. Tucked down, too, but had the smarts to survive and the grit to grow. And now they're ready for the next chapter, the next level. Now they're ready for the next rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies who know where they're going, no matter where they came from. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Houston Texans getting ready for a playoff game on Monday night.
We will talk about it with Indy Kalu. He joins us at 3:35.
And the Dallas Cowboys, so many questions about that football team.
Eberflus, he's still employed. What's the latest? Shereen Williams will join us at 5:15.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good thing I'm not allowed to sing. Can you even imagine what I'd be doing right now?
Oh, man.
Vic's like a dealer.
I know.
You don't want any crack right now.
You know what Vic's saying?
You don't want any crack right now. Here, let me smoke some crack in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't want any of this.
Here we go.
If you smoke any of this stuff, you're going to
get Vic's saying,
here's some crack.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah.
Now, I made the commercial break really short.
Yeah.
Because I got to go.
He knows there's a hunger longing to escape.
Yeah.
So let's go then.
See, you're just poking the bear.
So I'm gonna talk to Vic throughout this whole break.
No, I'm going to the bathroom.
No, we gotta talk, Vic. We gotta talk.
No.
It's kidney or rupture.
We've already got a big enough mess in there.
Oh yeah, go to this bathroom over here, so you don't get me sick later on. I don't want to be in that bathroom after you. Yeah. Take your wipes with you. Don't take the Clorox wipe. Don't use the Clorox wipes on your rear end. That'd be bad. That'd be bad for you. All right. The Spurs back in action tonight. At Memphis, by the way. This much like the Thunder, the Spurs are kind of playing uneven basketball of late, which. Again, maybe I think I'm overreacting to teams like losing a couple games here. I forget that
this is January. Man.
I forget that like in the NBA, if you lose 20 games, that's like typically a great season.
Well, the formula is 90-50. 90% of your home games, 50% of road games, and you're probably a world champion.
Yeah, that's it. That feels about right.
Or at least you're a contender.
You're a contender. Yeah. The Spurs, though, and the Spurs, the odd thing for them is where the Spurs have struggled more is at home.
It's a young team. That is the primary symptom of a young basketball team is comfort makes things easy. And they're comfortable at home, and they roll in comfortable, and they get beat. And on the road, you're at work. There's a process to how you go to work. You know, you're in the hotel, you wake up at X, you go to shoot around, and XYZ happens, and you go play your game. And that's one of the youthful problems that you have to overcome. I mean, you just got to be able to play when you're comfortable, too.
One thing I will say is they take on the Grizzlies tonight, and this is maybe I think in like divisions in the NBA, are the dumbest. That like I don't even think of the NBA in division terms.
No.
I only think of it in conference terms.
It's a product of the number of teams to where you have to play some 5 and some 4.
Yeah,
and that's why we have to come up with divisions to make that excuse.
I get it.
Yeah, I do too.
And
It's
like,
dumb. I would rotate every year. Play one every year. We play a different team where we get an unbalanced home and away schedule.
Yeah, so in my mind, I know the Rockets and the Mavericks are the division teams, and then I have to think about the other two, and they're the Pelicans and the Grizzlies.
Right.
But the Spurs have not lost a game against anyone in the Southwest Division this year.
Are we looking to raise that Southwest Division champion conference? I mean,
maybe
it's a
so.
big deal. We love those banners.
They are the only team in the league that is unbeaten in their division. And they get another one of those games tonight against Memphis. The Grizzlies struggling right now.
Yeah, they're in a process.
Lost 4 games in a row. Now, part of that is schedule related. Their last 3 were two of them at LA, one against the Sixers. The Sixers are really good, but they also lost to the Wizards in that stretch. They've lost to the Wizards twice in their last 10 games.
Quick, name their best player.
The Wizards?
Other than Ja, who is, absentee. Who's their best player?
I guess
is
probably
it Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, it's Jaren Jackson still. I think
That tells you enough, right?
I think Santi Aldama's turned into a pretty decent player.
Well, they held on to Santi because he and Bane hated each other, and they traded Bane away. So he is obviously the chosen one. But there's just not a lot there.
No, you're right. And obviously, John Morant has only played about half the games this season. Zach Edey's played fewer than that. So there are some things that you can say, okay, well, that's probably – Brandon Clark's played like 2 games all season long. He's usually one of their key guys off the bench. So you understand – I understand why they are not very good. But this feels like a get-right game for the Spurs because, like you said, they seem to be a little more focused in when they're on the road. They're playing a team right now that's scuffling worse than they are, certainly.
They can go if when fully functioning. The thing about Memphis this year is they're huge when they got everybody healthy. I mean, they're one of the biggest teams in basketball when they get all the dudes on the court. And the Spurs, quite frankly, without Wemby, aren't very big. We normally go 1 and 4. We normally go 1 big and 4 basic guards running around. So they can power you down if they're playing their game, especially when Ja's not there. But over the last couple of weeks, as we've seen the bench, because of Wemby's absence, we can go a little bit deeper than we used to. We can go pretty big, too, if we want to match up with them now that that we've seen more and more of Olynyk hitting the court. So I think some of the absence of Wemby has forced us again to try some other stuff. So we're in better position to play them now than even a couple of weeks ago, even if Wemby doesn't play, because now Olynyk has actually become part of the rotation.
And they can't be – the Grizzlies aren't going to be as big without Zach Edey out there.
Yeah, without Edey and Jackson, they just become a sniping big man rebound team.
Their starting 5 against the Lakers last game, Jaren Jackson, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Jock Landale, and Cam Spencer.
Former Spurs Jock Landale. That's a veritable CBA lineup. That's old school G League stuff there.
Rough starting 5, which also of note, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is also on that team, and the fact that he can't break that starting lineup tells you a lot about where he's gone.
I think he's got his gig. This is kind of a get-right game, but, we do have the Lakers coming into town tomorrow night, and that's always kind of a big-time event. That's going to be a national broadcast game tomorrow. So I expect I wouldn't be surprised to see Wemby play a few minutes tonight. I think that he's there. He practiced in full yesterday. I think that they're certainly going to want him on TV tomorrow. So I bet he gets a few tonight, which will certainly help.
My guess is he doesn't play tonight so he can have his –
he's definitely going to play tomorrow night.
His full 20 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much, but when he went through a full practice yesterday, and normally that's the precursor. Normally, if you go through a full one, that's telling everybody in the world that you're going to play tomorrow.
I guess I'm just thinking on a back-to-back.
Oh, that's the other thing. That's why I don't think he'll get a lot of minutes if he plays at all. But I do fully expect Wemby to get all 20 or plus minutes tomorrow night. Now, it might not be as a starter, but he's going to play tomorrow night.
Yeah. So I think the Spurs make a nice bounce back tonight. The Grizz just stink. I mean, that's all there really is to say about it. They're not very good. The Spurs only a 5.5 point favorite in Memphis.
Well, the way they played in Portland, with Portland in town, I would put them about there right now.
Well,
that was an uninspired basketball game they played.
You're right. It was it's hard to find a reason to believe they're going to run away from anybody right now. But it does. I guess it's maybe a good thing, especially come playoff time, if you're a team that gets up for the biggest games.
Well, that and the true champions. I don't judge you by your best day. I judge you by your worst. How do you win when you can't shoot? How do you win when your two best guys are foul troubled and off? And those are really the games that you kind of see who you are. Not on your best, but on your worst. How do you play? And right now, when the Spurs play bad, they get their ass kicked. When they play bad, it's hard for them to be competitive. So there is that step of, even on our worst night, how you going to beat us? We need to get over that.
I think that's probably a good way to be looking at it as well. I do think that it's important for the Spurs to bank some wins right now as they get ready for this road trip that's coming up.
When you got OKC losing 2 straight, you can't squander that.
Spurs have also won 15 of the 22 games they were favored in this season. And
how does that tell you as a bettor? Is that a good number? Is that a pretty high percentage?
Well, that's just
as a favor.
Probably not.
No,
it's probably about average. I mean, you should, if 15 out of 22, you should win that many. Now, one thing they are 8-2 when they are favored by, like, their money line is like minus 225, which means they're that's an 80%. That's probably pretty good. They've the 5.5 points, that usually implies to about a 70% chance of winning the game. So I think that seems about right. The Grizzlies, on the other hand, have been an underdog 21 times. They've won 5 of those games as underdogs.
And they are who we think they are.
Yeah. So they not a whole lot looking right here. Spurs are, but that's what's weird. The Spurs they're putting up 119.7 a game. The Grizzlies are giving up about 117. And when San Antonio scores more than 117, they are 19-2 overall.
Yeah. What's our defense at now? You're hovering around 113 there for a minute, which is right on the Mendoza line.
Yeah, they're about that. Yeah, so
that's where that is the separator right there. When you look at that rating or that number, that's being able to run the ball in the snow. That's the thing that travels.
They're up to 114.2.
See, that's not good.
That's the 8th best in the league.
No, it's the 8th best in the league right now. But what I'm saying is, your defensive rating on the road is your run game. That your defense will travel. You might not be able to shoot some nights, but if you're holding teams to around 110, that's championship level, you can have off nights and still win a lot of basketball games. And the Spurs right now at 114, you can't afford that. You have to be on offensively most nights. You got to get that 119 to 120 to be in a competitive base. The defense is what's killing them right now.
Yeah, I have a hard time picturing the Grizzlies scoring 120 points.
Oh gosh,
anyway.
No, but we just saw what Charlotte can do when you're out of kilter. Those teams are built to snipe. That's the best they can do. So those guys that we've never heard of, I guarantee you, are there because they can shoot.
Yeah. I will say this. when Wemby doesn't play, I think it's always a crapshoot of like how much separation are they going to be able to get. If Wemby does play tonight, he should have his way when he's out there. If that happens, they'll win this game by double digits. But 6 points on the road, 5.5, 6 points on the road. I don't know.
If he doesn't, here's what's both a blessing and a curse. I can roll out tonight if I'm Mitch and give the ball to De'Aaron Fox and say, go win this game tonight.
Yeah.
You've got free. Everything's going to be focused around you. And we know if you get 28, we're going to win the game. They're not going to be able to keep up with us. But that's not the long-term prescription for success. I mean, part of this team winning is going to have a fully functioning and confident Dylan Harper. And we're right on a cusp of a kid that might get a little less than comfortable. Might run out of he's had a couple of bad games is what I'm getting at, and where he's about to hit that rookie wall where he's played more basketball this year than he has in his whole life. Keep in mind, he's been working out trying to get drafted since last March and has probably been in the gym every day since.
Yeah.
So this is the rookie wall time. So, the long-term prescription would be let's nurse Dylan Harper back into some sort of confidence level. Let's make sure that Devin is still getting the shots where he was when he was hot for the last week. Let's go find that. Let's get Steph Castle and get the turnovers kind of fixed. That's the prescription for long-term success, and it would be so easy. Darren, go win the game tonight, and we'll figure out how to get better tomorrow. But tonight, I just want the W.
I think that's the way to look at it. And I've been kind of disheartened with recent results from Dylan Harper as well. And you're right, there is a rookie wall that gets hit. He seems to have found it. It just happened to come at a time where I was like, this guy's so great, give him more minutes. And now it's like, okay, maybe he's in the right spot.
And a lot of this
right now.
This lineup has been so in flux. Guys in, guys out. He's playing 8 minutes one night, 12 minutes another. One night he's a shooting guard. Another night he's a point guard. Another night he's the third of 3 guards out there, and you're asking a rookie to find your place. So a lot of this isn't his fault at all. It's just part of the maturation of a young player.
And in the last couple games, mostly right after I said tell Julian Champagny to stop shooting, he remembered how to shoot,
Dylan,
and he's figured things out. So hopefully that is able to continue tonight. Champagny's been the hot hand of late.
Yeah, and maybe Ron Harper shouldn't come to the games.
That was bad. That was bad luck, bad juju for young Dylan.
Showing off for Pop didn't work out.
Yeah,
we've all done it.
Turned into a chucker.
We've all done it.
Not me. I knew my dad. I knew my dad would be disappointed in me no matter what. So
Go out. I'm going to go 0 for you, Pop. I'm not going to make one.
I got you, Pop.
And then I'm going to get in a fight and get thrown out.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy this game.
That's that's
which actually happened for me.
Did you really?
I got in a fight in front of my parents early on.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you. Yeah. Good for you. 22.5 is the number for De'Aaron Fox tonight.
Oh, I'd go over that. I think what's going to stop him?
That's my thought, but also because the expectation is this is going to be, like you just said, a De'Aaron Fox game.
Yeah.
I imagine they just say, hey, can you just go get us
right,
scrape us by here, and then we'll figure things out against a real team tomorrow. Castle is set at 18.5, which is more than his season average. His season average 17.9 right now. And then Jaren Jackson is set at 19.5. Which is about a point more than his season-long average as well.
So they're not expecting Wemby to play.
I mean, there's no player props available for him, which that makes sense because I mean, if Wemby was announced to play and if it does become available for some props, I'd bet lower or under on all his props because I do think that if he does play, it'll be a very, very restricted count.
I found it crazy that the coach actually let him go. Like, I'm going to fly, I'm going to go, and we're going to practice when – dude, just stay here. We'll be back in 24 hours. You don't need to get off the plane. Rest up. We need you on Wednesday.
Chill out. We'll have you back here, back to work in a couple days. All right, let's take a quick break. And when we return, Trae Young may be finding a new home. We'll talk about that. I want to know as well. It's Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
George gets justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Chick-fil-A's new frosted sodas and floats. It's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice stream to make a new frosted soda or float. With the mix of the ice stream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site X-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Meet Lee Platz, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com for Synergenics and Low T Center. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop! Folks at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
With the calendar now in January, the basketball world is taking over, and to add more excitement, make sure you're playing along on Underdog. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action where you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy and fun to do. Take your favorite players and decide higher or lower on stats, points, rebounds, steals, and more. With Wemby, always look at the blocks and see where you're going to go from there. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Here's an update on that trouble spot at 90 at 410. Eastbound 90 at Loop 410. That is now completely cleared and reopened. Still has you stop and go from right around 211, but on the westbound side, we're still closed, even though they've cleared off all those vehicles that were impacted due to this down pole. So all the cars have been taken away. However, 90 westbound is still closed. Military on over to Loop 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, it was Black Monday and it hit hard. NFL's 2-time Coach of the Year Kevin Stefanski is out in Cleveland, while Pete Carroll is one and done in Vegas after a 3-14 season. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight in Memphis. They're going to take on the Grizzlies with a tip set for 7. Wemby did travel with the Spurs and has been a full participant in practice, though he's still questionable for the game. In college football news, good friend of the show and Fighting Texas Aggie voice, Andrew Monaco, was named the 2025 Texas Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Congratulations to a good dude. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o! 7:03 on the Morning Huddle 94.1. Welcome in if you're just joining us. If not,
Oh, there are some surly teenagers today, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
boy,
I
I'm
got
so
one at
glad
home.
I'm not having to shake a teenager up and say it's time to go to school after 2 weeks.
Yep, I got one at home, too.
Get your lazy ass up.
He came downstairs at about 11 o'clock last night, or probably 10:30, asking for some melatonin to help him go to sleep.
Too late now, son.
I was like, dude, you were supposed to be asleep like 2 hours ago. And he's like, yeah, I know. I just got to get used to,
Back on schedule.
Yeah, I got to get back on a schedule, back on a routine.
There's a bunch of bitching, angry cars right now. Just, y'all be cool. The drop-off's going to be, remember what you did. They'll be gone.
Trae Young and his agents, multiple agents, are working with the Atlanta Hawks on a trade. The Hawks general manager have said, okay, we will find a resolution. It's not ugly yet.
Oh, it's going to get it. It will be.
I think it might because here's the deal. The franchise elected not to offer a contract extension. So that was a couple months ago. And now he's got this season and next season at $95 total million with a player option
next year.
Yeah.
So he can leave
this
Atlanta
offseason.
next year. He can leave for nothing. So they're not going to let that happen. I would not think. They are going to trade him.
I would imagine so as well.
It's really going to be interesting to see what's a Trae Young worth.
Now, keep in mind, Trae Young has played 10 games this year. 10. This is the problem, though. And I'll pat myself on the back here because I've long been a believer that I've got no interest in Trae Young. Like when I know there were people around here who, when I was talking about, maybe giving up young assets for someone like Giannis or pearl clutching, you don't have to worry about me suggesting that the Spurs go get Trae Young because Trae Young is he's the kind of guy who would be the last pick for me, even though he's clearly got skills. He's not a guy I'm interested in having on my team.
Not as a lead dog.
Certainly not.
And I think that's going to be the issue for him. Does he still think he's Dame Lillard? Does he still think that wherever I land, I will be the alpha wherever I land? And I just things didn't work out in Atlanta, but it wasn't me, it was them. Is that still, if it's him, if that's it, it's going to be very difficult to move him.
But it's turned out that the Hawks that are the Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker Hawks are much better than the Trae Young Hawks.
Yeah.
The Hawks this season with Trae Young off the floor, 15-12. When Trae Young does play, 2-8.
Yeah, and I mean it's an indictment certainly of Trae Young.
Well,
but this is also a team that's no longer his.
This is the stat that really slams it home. When Trae Young doesn't play, the Hawks give up 117.4 points per game. When he does play, they give up 126.7. That is that over 9 points per game defensively more they give up when he plays.
But his career is not that bad. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just trying to say he's going to get value. I'm just really curious what the value is going to be because he can help if he's in the right place. A lot of teams, including the Spurs, a team that is desperate.
He can't help the Spurs.
Oh, as a shooter, yes.
Where would they put him? Like who would?
He would never be a starter, and he's going to have to understand if you're going to go help a team, you're going to have to be a guy that fills a gap.
Well, and for the money he's going to make, no one's going to pay him.
That is the problem. So, if you trade for him, you're probably hoping that he opts out of the next deal and you sign him to another contract, or you're going to lose him too. But there ain't nobody in the world going to pay him $40 million.
I bet he gets it.
Maybe for the next year just because of the gap. But how much are you going to give up for a $40 million defensive liability? I mean, it's really going to be who sees value in Trae Young and can, in the next year and a half, can you extract that value, which he's still one of the top 5 shooters in the world. Now, he can't do a whole lot else, but I know the kid can shoot.
Led the league in assists last year, 11.5 assists
per
game.
There's stuff there But it's right now, it's hard to justify when your team is better without you.
Yeah.
But I do know that we watched him carry a team to a playoff win a couple years back. There's a spark there. How much does he cost? Because I wonder if he's going to be the market setter. If he's the first one that moves and he goes for what I expect him, it ain't going to be much. And then Giannis is going to be sitting out there going, oh, no. If that's what he's worth, I'm 3 times that. But even 3 times that ain't enough for a Giannis. So he is the first part to be moved because his contract expires.
Here are some of the ideas that I'm seeing floated around for Trae Young trades. You tell me if any of these are interesting at all to you. One, which if I'm the Hawks, this is exactly where I want to send Trae Young. One is with the Washington Wizards.
That would be appropriate.
The Wizards would get Trae Young. The Hawks would get, in return, C.J. McCollum, Cam Whitmore, and Will Riley.
Okay. Now that's about what I think Trae's worth.
And that C.J. McCollum, Cam Whitmore, and Will Riley feel like guys you can put around the current guys you've got there and like improve your team.
That's a deal I would do. If I'm the Wizards, why the hell would I do this? It sounds like I'm bringing in another Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Another John Wall.
Here's another one, and this one makes sense only because this team is in the hunt for stars. The Miami Heat. If the Miami Heat were to send Terry Rozier,
I don't think Scary's worth anything right now.
Kasparis Yakashonis and Simone Fontecchio, I mean, that's a pretty weak.
It both ways, I don't get it. Because do you see Trae playing for Spoelstra and Riles and the commitment to defense and all the stuff that it takes to be a Miami Heat? You think Bam Adebayo is going to put up with I don't know. I don't think it's a cultural fit.
Okay. What about Minnesota?
No. Okay.
Now, one thing we Minnesota has talked a lot. I mean, because the Rob Dillingham trade has not worked off.
The Dillingham, I would move him.
But that hasn't worked out. So they need someone who can free up Anthony Edwards from the ball.
Now we're talking. This is a team that could use a Trae Young and to its benefit.
But they also said it's very difficult looking at the Timberwolves roster to make salaries match. So anything involving Minnesota would have to be a multi-team trade. Yeah. And so there's no point in
But I can see them being a player in this. They're a team that needs something. He might be it.
Okay. The Brooklyn Nets.
I'm listening.
Nets get Trae Young. Hawks get Michael Porter Jr. and Haywood Highsmith.
So it's a Porter for Trae Young.
Basically.
It certainly helps both teams, and I think Trae would love to be in Brooklyn. I think he'd eat up the New York life. I think he'd be a star there.
The Rockets. What about the Rockets doing something around the injured Fred VanVleet?
How the hell can they afford him? Talk about an apron tax.
Yeah.
My gosh.
They'd have to be
already
willing.
Paying Durant $50.
But if they are willing to give up Fred VanVleet, it would, for the Rockets, it would say, okay, we believe we've got a win now team. And, I mean, a lot of people have said the Rockets are a point guard away.
They are. I'm talking.
And it would allow some of the guys who have been playing point for the Rockets to play their more natural positions.
I think you can justify every bit of how the hell they can afford it. I mean, there's a salary cap in place for a reason. I mean, the tax on this would be absolutely out of this world.
Okay. Trae Young to the Clippers.
That'd be a good place for him to land. And
Hawks get John Collins, Brook Lopez, Chris Dunn, and Bradley Beal.
Oh.
I mean, remember now, Bradley Beal's deal is only $5.3 million, so he's not what he was in Phoenix.
Well, at least there's some value there and some gap space, and he'd certainly be the type of player that would go play for the Clippers. A long line of descending stars have ended up there.
Trae Young and James Harden in the same backcourt.
Wouldn't it be a beautiful thing to watch?
I mean,
some nights it could be magical. Other nights it would be just absolutely brutal.
Some nights the other team's going to score 300 points.
Yeah. Again, I think that you brought up two teams that his addition would help, despite all the other issues. But for that success to be there, he has to accept the fact that I'm no longer the alpha player. I'm not even sure I'm the beta player. And he has yet to show me that he's accepted that role.
That's why I kind of think the Wizards may be the landing spot for him, because now I'm not saying this would be good for the Wizards.
No, it wouldn't, but it would certainly fit the bill. They've done it before.
But the Wizards have used 2 picks on super raw athletic forwards in Koulibaly and Alex Sarr. And then the other lottery pick they've used recently is Trey Johnson, who's another small guard, but is not a playmaker, I should say, not a point guard by any stretch. So adding a guy who can maybe raise the bar for those young guys could make some sense. And he would be the alpha dog there, it seems. But
he'd be there's nothing on this roster.
But I mean, this is not a place where, like, if his goal is to go win, which I guess that's the deal. Maybe he doesn't care about winning. He wants to go somewhere where he can make a bunch of money and be the star.
The Carmelo effect.
Yeah, and I mean there's no knock on that because listen, I don't think Trae Young's ever going to become like a real impact NBA player. So if that's not the case, then yeah, go get your money. Go.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I just don't know. If I'm the Wizard, I don't understand the deal. And if I am Atlanta and I'm trying to get rid of him, I don't know how much I'm willing to eat to get rid of him. How much am I going to have to take on, and can I survive this? Because I do think they've kind of turned the corner. They see the future. They got 2 guys that they can rest on, and I think Jalen is a star. I think this guy can really, really play. Do you just cut bait and move on? Just we're going to finish out this year and part as friends because I don't want to give up some of my future? Or do I chase more draft picks?
The other, I mean, to me, if I'm the Hawks, it's funny because now it feels like maybe they're in a chase draft pick mode. But a couple of years ago, it was like, man, they felt like they were knocking on the door. Right. The other team that has been linked to them is the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, to dump Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis trade. The Anthony Davis trade would also involve expiring contracts of Porzingis and Luke Kennard. But the problem with that is if the Hawks trade for Davis I mean, I guess it depends on if the Hawks or if the Mavericks want to take on Trae Young, and why would they want that?
To fill the gap until something else happens. I don't see how they can handle that financially without Davis being involved in the deal. And once you give up Davis, you're giving up all pretense to any kind of possibility of winning.
Yeah, this is it's not a very easy contract to move.
It would be easier if you felt like you knew where Trae Young's head is. I mean, are you making a commitment to me long term? Are you going to be a mercenary and show up in Minnesota for just a couple of years and see if you can push them over the top and then get yourself free again after you've kind of proven who you're going to be for the next 5 years in the NBA, whatever that might be? Yeah. Or is it I want to go land in Washington and have everybody build around me again, or Brooklyn and everybody go around and look around me again? I can be a star. I can get you 28 a night if you'll let me, and he can. But you're not going to win a lot of basketball games.
And the thing about where the Hawks are now, and the Hawks have a pretty, outside of Trae Young, have a pretty cheap roster with some real.
I covet Luke Kennard on that roster. If I'm the Spurs, we have fleeced the Hawks enough times where I'm not sure they take our call. But Luke Kennard, if we're looking for a guy who can shoot and who's of moderate salary cap, and they're looking to dump him too, I've always been a fan of Kennard's.
The thing about the Wizards trade is every other team would have to be trying to throw in some bad money to make it work.
Yeah.
The Wizards wouldn't really have to do that, so the Hawks could get players that could actually help them. It wouldn't be superstars, but it'd be depth guys.
And you'd be out from underneath a $50 million contract.
That's the thing. Yeah. The Hawks right now don't have the Hawks don't have a single player making $30 million next season if Trae Young's not on the roster. And imagine how many good players you can have if you're not paying one guy an albatross contract.
You know, the sad thing is, and if I'm at Atlanta, and I don't know what GM's long-term prospects are, it's sad that I can't find a way to make this work because they do have a couple of guys that really don't affect Trae Young's position. They affect his volume and play. And if you could find a way to fit these three together, man, you're not far away. I mean, but I just don't think that's possible.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to switch over to the NFL a little bit. We some news came down after our show yesterday, a couple more firings. So now six NFL job openings.
More coming.
Maybe more coming. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just 1 visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Meet Lee Platz, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner.
Just head to ziprecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ziprecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Vic. Look at this hating ass Chris.
What did he say?
Thank you again to the boss for cutting AJ singing. Good Lord.
Oh.
Yep.
What a hater.
Well,
they didn't say nothing about rapping.
That's true.
I will.
Yeah, so,
oh, Chihuahua Walla. They ain't leaving till. Yep. Little news after, so while we were on yesterday, Kevin Stefanski got fired by the Cleveland Browns. 2-time Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski, fired by the Cleveland Browns. Then we also got the news that Zach Taylor was not going to be fired.
Which was odd.
Little odd, but
Well, Joe Burrow, the GM.
Yeah, General Manager Joe Burrow decided he wanted to.
I like him. He calls plays
keep
for
him
me.
around.
I get to throw the ball to my wide receivers every down.
Yes, and then right after that, the Raiders and the Cardinals fire their coaches, Jonathan Gannon after a 3-14 season, and Pete Carroll also after a 3-14 season get their walking papers. Jonathan Gannon after 3 years, Pete Carroll after 1. Of the coaches fired so far, the most likely to get a head coaching job right away to me is Kevin Stefanski.
If every team that fired him, my first call after telling the coach I fired is calling Stefanski's agent. I mean, he could land in Arizona and help. Atlanta, I'd be on the phone with him to Atlanta without hesitation. Now, I don't know if you want to jump into the Raiders job, but he certainly seems like he would be a fit there as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine someone doesn't think that he's worth a shot. So the 6 open jobs now: the New York Giants, the Raiders, Browns, Falcons, Cardinals, and Titans. Wow. So far, the Falcons have made interview requests to talk to Clint Kubiak, who is the OC for Seattle, and Anthony Weaver, who is the DC for the Miami Dolphins. The Giants, their only interview request so far is Mike Kafka, who was their interim coach. The Titans have been the most busy on the interview request front. They have requested to interview both Kansas City Chiefs offensive and defensive coordinator Matt Nagy and Steve Spagnuolo.
Spags, I wonder if he'd go back to head coaching.
Maybe.
He's a hell of a coach. I think he found his place, though.
Matt Nagy and Steve Spagnuolo, two guys who weren't great as head coaches, but you never know. Vance Joseph, the Broncos defensive coordinator.
A forever contender for a head coaching job. How many lead gigs has he interviewed for over the last decade?
Lou Anarumo, the Colts and former Bengals defensive coordinator. And Raheem Morris, the now fired Atlanta Falcons head coach. One thing that has kind of gone under the radar are the GMs not being fired. I would have thought more GMs would be fired. The Falcons did fire Terry Fontenot.
He's the one that had to get fired.
And the Dolphins did fire Chris Greer.
And they kept their head coach, which is such a strange situation there.
I got to be honest, maybe the most shocking non-GM firing, the idea that Joe Shane is still the GM.
GM, bro?
For the New York Giants is...
Well, he can lay claim to drafting Jackson Dart. He can lay claim to drafting a couple dudes that have been hurt defensively that he went and got. That trade for the linebacker that we made fun of worked out. I mean, there's a lot of reason to dislike the Giants, but at least I think he hasn't done a terrible job. I think the best thing that could have happened is getting rid of head coach. I think that's first and foremost, and then we'll figure it out. But I think, especially when you're dealing with an organization and an owner that basically is an absentee, that it feels like to me, he did enough to keep his job just because of the way he drafted. And the trade that we made fun of, that he brought the guy from Carolina over that can actually play, I think that's enough to keep him there, but he will win or lose by this hiring. I mean, he'll keep his job or not by this hiring.
The Giants have lost double-digit games 3 years in a row under Shane. During his tenure, they have gone 22-45-1.
He's also the one that signed Danny Dimes.
Yep.
All right, to that terrible contract.
Yep.
There's enough reason to get rid of him. But on the other side, he drafted Jackson Dart. He found another one.
I mean, at some point, though, when you are bad enough to keep drafting in the, like you can't, like, how much credit do we give them for draft? Oh, they drafted Abdul Carter. It's like, well, yeah, you had like the second pick in the draft.
Well, I mean, he didn't work out. I mean, he did turn out pretty good.
The Jackson Dart thing, they traded up into the first round to get him.
It worked.
It worked.
I'm giving you a low bar to stay employed, but at least it worked.
I mean, yes and no, because you also won 4 games.
Yeah, he was hurt. You drafted a kid that's become a cult hero in Scattaboo. You know you've got a defensive. They have already hit rock bottom. They've already hit it. They're on their way up. Whoever gets this job is not going to be in as bad a place as Dable was. I mean, he'll be in a better place because he's got a cheap quarterback for the next couple of years, and they spend a little bit of money. I think Joe Shane should have been fired last year. I do. I'd have fired him before he drafted Jackson, did all that stuff. I thought he had done enough. The Danny Dimes is enough to get fired, but they left him around long enough to do enough good things, especially when you've got an absentee landlord. I just don't think that the Giants ownership gives a crap.
Yeah.
So I think he gets to run the show until they get embarrassed or mad.
I think I'd be embarrassed by the Giants
right now. But
this John Mara is pretty patient, it seems though.
Well, isn't he the one who talked about his kids' fantasy football roster?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an absentee landlord.
Yeah, I don't understand this felt like a spot to start fresh.
I think they would have desperately liked to have gotten Notre Dame head coach.
Oh, Marcus Freeman, yeah.
And he looked at the Giants and saw what you see.
Yeah.
And went, I'm not going to work for Shane. I'm not going to work for this owner. I don't care how much money you give me.
Yeah.
And I think that's an indictment for Shane, that they couldn't go get a guy out of college that were probably going to be able to add 50% to his salary and 5 years to it. And he still said no.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. The Raiders are going to have Tom Brady involved in their coach in their search for their next head coach.
He's an owner. He's part of it at least. At least he's not like Aikman just flying into enemy territory and helping. At least Brady's got some financial incentive to hire good.
The Raiders, I think the Titans are. The Titans are probably the worst job of the available jobs.
Far and away.
But the Raiders aren't far behind, especially now. It looks like Max Crosby wants to leave. You don't have a quarterback.
I think that's a good thing if I'm taking over.
It kind of feels like the only bright spot on your roster is Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
A guy who's been hurt more often than he's not, it seems like.
Yeah, but I can turn Max into some picks. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm showing up, at least I know I could probably turn him into 3 number ones. You know, so at least I'll get a little bit of additional. And you know, the Raiders, you'll always be able to recruit to the Raiders. The Titans, it's a tough sell. You're paying a premium to get somebody to go play for the Titans. You're going to pay going rate plus 10%. But the Raiders, you'll land in Vegas, tax-free state. You know, you're not spending a lot of money to live there. You're in a fairly high-profile team. And I feel like the Raiders, with the right place, with the right coach in there, could turn things around pretty quick. But the other side of that is the division they're in is so hard. They can get a lot better and still be fourth.
I will say there is a fella who worked with Tom Brady almost the entire time he was in New England, whether a scout or a DC or some sort of a defensive coach, that I could see him being interested in, and that is Brian Flores. Brian Flores worked for the Patriots for a long, long time, and Tom Brady was there for the entirety of it.
He's a bit of an outlaw, and, you know, the Raiders are an outlaw.
Feels Raidery, yeah. I think Clint Kubiak is also going to be in the discussion there. I mean, I think everybody's looking at Clint Kubiak right now and going, wow, you had Sam Darnold, and you did that. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. I think the other serious, well, I guess I should, Brian Daboll, maybe a guy that they want to talk to. Tom Brady apparently has a good relationship with him.
Yeah, I think this might be too soon, but maybe.
Just because.
I hate these retreads.
I know. But remember, Brian Daboll, first of all, he was part of the process of getting Jackson Dart comfortable. And let's never forget, Brian Daboll won a road playoff game with Daniel Jones as his quarterback, you know, and also worked with Tom Brady for a while.
So you're telling me there's a potential that Belichick could text the wrong coach again?
Yeah.
For a different team.
Just
the wrong Brian.
Which Brian?
Let's hope for this.
We know that Tom Brady is a fan of the 49ers. Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator there, I could see him being kicked around again.
Well, that's like bringing in Father Flanagan for this roster.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be I wonder, is defense the way for them to go? And it's not about the defense. It's about mentality. When you draft the defensive coach, you get a defensive roster. You know, and there's a mentality to that ain't the Raiders now. It used to be. Maybe go that direction.
Pete Carroll was a defensive coach. It didn't really work out.
Yeah, but that Pete Carroll was a patch that didn't work. They obviously hired him and we're immediately thinking we'll hire the next great one when he gets us through, and they just had to fire him sooner. He was a bridge. I just wonder which way the Raiders want to go, because it would be so easy to go find the best offensive dude you can find that has the most ingenuitive offense and go draft appropriately and try to score a bunch of points in a division where you're going to have to do something different or you're going to forever get hammered, because even though Kansas City's down, they ain't gone, and Denver seems to be on the rise, and the Chargers are still solid. That's a tough division to be successful in.
I don't want Brian Flores to take this job because I don't think it's a winnable job. And
But he might be the mentality they need.
Maybe, but as someone who's been like, Brian Flores is a deserving head coach in the NFL, like, don't take the Raiders job, don't take the Titans job, because then I'm going to be wrong, because you're not going to win there.
Well,
it's like trying to win in Cleveland.
If I'm the Titans, I don't hire anybody that has not already been a head coach. If you're a first-timer, no. I need somebody who at least has a track record of getting a franchise and over a period of 3 to 4 years improving. I'm not looking – there's a reason you're available. I mean, there's a reason why you're available. I'm not looking for Super Bowl quality, but you're going to have to show me that you were a head coach, you coached for 3 years, and you can show me X, Y, Z. These positions got better. These teams got better. I just wasn't given enough time, or I was dealt with a bad hand, or whatever the case may be. I don't hire a Kubiak. I hire a Flores, a Daboll, somebody who has shown me some previous success.
I think the smart move is to just hire Kevin Stefanski if you're the Titans.
And pay him whatever the hell he wants.
Kevin Stefanski found, albeit moderate, he found some success with the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, that's why he's number one on everybody's list. You won in hell. In hell, you won football games. Not a lot of them, but no coach has been dealt a worse hand than Stefanski has over the last 10 years. Nobody. No one.
The Titans, they're long going to rue the day they fired Mike Vrabel. I mean, it's gonna last a while because Mike Vrabel's a good coach. That's just a bonehead decision, a franchise that got impatient and wanted to be flashy. And
I go back to the moment you traded A.J. Brown, you told the world you don't give a crap, and I think Vrabel was like,
you could maybe even going back to the moment you let Derrick Henry walk out.
There's pivotal moments in franchise history, and you look at where the Titans are, and you go, I know exactly how this happened.
Yeah. All right. Got to take a quick break. We'll continue talking NFL on the other side. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. NFL playoffs are here, baby. That's right. And I mean, we're going to watch the NFL playoffs anyway. So let's get in on the action. That's what you do at Underdog. And it is so simple. The game is easy. You pick your favorite player. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? You pick the stat. Could be touchdown passes. Could be rushing yards. Could be receptions. If you're right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. That's a lot of cash, 5,000 times it. And guys, for the playoffs, I'm going to stick away from the Josh Allen rushing props. Normally, I like Josh Allen rushing in the playoffs. I'm going to look at his passing. Jags are tough against the run. It's not easy to run on the Jags. I think Josh Allen's going to get that arm out there, and I think he's going to have some success. So that's who I'll be playing higher on Josh Allen's throwing. It's this week on Underdog. There's so much action. What are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use the promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. An update on that accident on the west side, 90 at 410. We are now completely clear, both directions, eastbound, westbound. Is a very serious accident where a vehicle hit the light pole on the eastbound side. It fell over on the westbound side, and there were 9-10 vehicles involved with that. So everything has now been cleared, and we are now reopened, 90 in both directions, right at Loop 410. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Willie's Grill and Ice House, Texas-sized comfort and scratch-made favorites. Want more food without paying more money? Yeah, we get it. At Willie's Grill and Ice House, you get big meals at a price that treats you right. More on the plate and less on the bill. That's Willie's Grill and Ice House. Willie'sGrillAndIceHouse.com.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Kohl's new clearance markdowns are intense. Up to 70% off is the kind of deal that'll leave you feeling stunned and make you whisper things like, "Where have you been my whole life?" to a cardigan. Just take a deep breath, steady your cart, and try to act normal. But it's not possible. The savings are just too good. Shop new clearance markdowns now, in-store and online at Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Can I borrow your scarf to wrap around my microphone stands?
Oh, you look like you put that scarf. You look like a 55-year-old woman who don't need no man.
No. You look like my aunt. You look like my aunt Steven Tyler.
Look like the aunt that gives the kids a little glass of wine. Gives them $10 to go buy a pack of cigs.
Yeah, I over Christmas we were doing a little celebratory pour at my mom's house.
Is it Pappy's?
No, we had some Buffalo Trace.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay.
And
you stepped down there. I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
But I poured some for my siblings and then their spouses, and then my older son said, "Can I get one?" And I'm in the spirit.
He's there. Yeah, he's a high school graduate. He can
already
sit with
2
me.
drinks in, right?
The only problem is
he's a working man.
You're giving. See, he has to drink like. I don't want to name a particular bottle of bourbon, but to start out with Buffalo Trace, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
you
should
can,
be drinking
sit
some.
with me.
He needs to drink something out of a plastic bottle first.
You need to have that so you understand where I'm sitting.
Some
But you
Canadian club.
Something like that.
Canadian club
But
is
at 18,
Thunderbird.
to have tastes, to even know what Buffalo Trace is, to be able to know, that's an aspirational thing.
Give him Mad Dog.
You know, I'm just saying, you can sit and drink with me, but you're going to drink what I drink at 18.
Well, my
okay. Strawberry Hill.
My 13-year-old was like, "Can I get some?"
Oh, you should have, because that'll turn him off immediately.
So I brought one over, and my wife was like, "Oh, no, absolutely not." Once she gives me the hard no, it just meant that I basically brought it over just in case I could get a second.
I guarantee you he'd have thrown up. Hey, tip that back fast. Put that down. Be a man. And we won't drink bourbon for 10 years.
Just hold your breath and drink it.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Remember your first shot? Like, why the hell do people do this?
Oh, yeah. My breath. It was like you could light my breath. I was like, what is going on here?
What's the first thing you got drunk on?
The first time I got drunk, I was
Strawberry Hill.
It was a bunch of stuff. My father was an elected official, and it was I was in the 8th grade, and we had just won a campaign, and I was at the election party, and I was drinking out other people's glasses, so I had a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a bad night.
My first one was peppermint schnapps.
Oh, that's about the equivalent.
Oh, yeah. I've had that before.
I used to ski with that.
Raymond says the Titans job isn't as bad as you think. Cam Ward played well down the stretch the last 5 games. 8-1 touchdown to interception. Listen, the Cam Ward, his PFF grade, there were 42 players graded by PFF this year. Cam Ward was 38th. These were the quarterbacks rated below him: Carson Wentz, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Brady Cook, who started the last couple games for the Jets and is maybe doesn't really belong in the NFL at all. Cam Ward stinks. I don't think he's getting better. I don't like to throw guys out after just one bad season, but when Justin Fields was significantly better than Cam Ward this year.
He shouldn't have had to play. They drafted him and put him in a position where he was not going to be successful.
It sucked because they had a guy that I think they were willing to let eat the bullet this year, and Will Levis. But he got hurt, and it basically said, Cam Ward, you got to start.
In hindsight, they should have gone and gotten a retread quarterback. And
they
let
should
him
have tried
sit.
to get Joe Flacco.
So whoever. Yeah, Flacco. You just name a guy with a pulse over this guy, because now, no matter how good he gets, he's starting from a hole. He's starting from less than zero. So he's going to have a new coach. He's going to have a new offensive coordinator, a new scheme, a new plan for the 5th time in 5 years. It's just whoever takes this job over knows your first reclamation project is him, and you're going to have to figure it out fast. You got a year to see if because he might actually be salvageable. We don't know. No, I can't imagine he is, but maybe he is. That's why I don't know. I think it's the absolute worst job you can get, because you can't go draft a quarterback. You can't just jump in the water and go get your guy, because that guy's already kind of here. And you're going to have to either make it work or look so ass bad that you look bad in the process and look like, what's his name, who just got fired, who was in the same boat.
Rudolph says AJ hates Cam Ward. Dude, I don't hate Cam Ward. I just told you the numbers. Cam Ward grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in. I wish Cam Ward was good at football. He's just not. I told you the PFF grade. His QBR 28th out of 28. 33.1 was his season-long QBR. Geno Smith had a 34.2. They say honestly he didn't play well, but he loves to bring it up. You can't bring up the Titans and the Titans' job without bringing up the guy they just used the number 1 pick on.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about the gig. So he got better. You can't fall off the floor, and it does show some sign of maybe. But the fact is that they are a franchise that's in the worst place, because
they really are.
We thought they'd hit rock bottom, and they hadn't. There's still another 5 feet to fall, and it might involve they drafted the wrong freaking quarterback and cost themselves 3 more years.
Yeah. That is the worst case scenario, is being married to a guy who
you don't know.
It ain't going to get better. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for that either. Maybe he turns out. I just don't. I'm not expecting it to happen.
If it does, it won't be in Tennessee.
I don't think so either.
You're going to have to turn the page eventually, and the new coach coming in, remember, didn't draft him. He's
Yeah.
going to interview as if he did, but at the back of his mind, he knows I have an exit plan for 1 year.
Yeah. He says, look at the numbers the last quarter of the season. So his overall PFF grade was a 58.5. Last 4 weeks of the season, he had week 18 he had a 4, which was he was so bad. He was embarrassing in that game. 47, 33, 31, 31, 46 back to week 13. I don't know.
He'll land on the scrap heap of so many other players that were overdrafted, not given time to percolate, put in a situation where they could not win, and cost several coaches and GMs and position coaches their job. And by 4 years later, anybody that was involved in the decision, whether it was the draftee, the coach, the player, or anybody that was involved, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that's what's going to happen in Tennessee.
Now, there's not a lot for him to work with there, certainly. The weapons are bad.
And that's why you got to keep him, because you know he's playing with a short deck anyway, but I'm not sure if he's the short deck problem. But you're going to have to find out with different eyes this year. It's the worst job out there. You can defend him. You can love the team, and it doesn't mean it'll never get good, but it's about to get worse. You thought it was bad this year.
Now, the backup for Tennessee was proven to be the worst player in the NFL.
Yeah.
So at least Cam's got that going for him. He's the best quarterback available for them.
Well, you're 0 for 2 now. You're 0 for 2, and you're looking for the future. Well, you're 0 for 1.5. I'm not saying Cam's completely
because when he left the game, it got worse. But AJ said the same thing about Sunshine, talking about Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was, he was disappointing. He was never like the worst quarterback in the league.
Well, we're also talking about 4 years from now.
Yeah.
And 3 coaches from now. How many coaches has Sunshine had?
He's had a handful, including Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 hours to go. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
You made the New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happens? You don't see results and give up. Want real results? Go to Synergenics and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now, getmyhealthfix.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
All business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heads up on the north side at 281 southbound just before Bitters. Get reports of an accident. Looks like they just moved it off to the shoulder. Still a little bit of stop and go from Stone Oak Parkway. It's going to set you back about 15 minutes. 90 eastbound 211 to Military. Traffic still rolling slowly through the area. 1604 on the frontage road eastbound as you approach 151. Getting reports of a minor wreck. And downtown, we've got some ongoing road work at 35 upper level northbound, I-10 over to Brooklyn Avenue, with traffic being forced to continue on to the lower level. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, it was Black Monday and it hit hard. NFL's two-time Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski, is out in Cleveland, while Pete Carroll is one and done in Vegas after a 3-14 season. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight in Memphis. They're going to take on the Grizzlies with a tip set for 7. Wemby did travel with the Spurs and has been a full participant in practice, though he's still questionable for the game. In college football news, good friend of the show and Fighting Texas Aggie voice, Andrew Monaco, was named the 2025 Texas Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Congratulations to a good dude. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Talking some NFL and a couple things. One, Jay Hill says, what about the Browns? It's still not an exciting place to coach. Isn't that the worst place? The Browns it's tough because, first of all, you've got your defense is kind of figured out. Like, your defense is good. The problem with the Browns is you don't have a quarterback. The fan base kind of wants Shedeur to be the quarterback, even though it's pretty clear Shedeur Sanders is not good.
So the incumbent, whoever gets the job, is going to have to prove to the fandom either that Shedeur isn't or somebody else is. That's the precursor. And you brought it up yesterday, and I didn't think it was possible. But the more I've read and the more I've looked, I think that Cleveland's banking on Deshaun Watson being in uniform.
I think so
next
too.
year. And I think that whoever they hire is going to be brought in to maybe keep Shedeur on the leash and keep him trained up. But he won't be the starter next year.
No.
And I think that'll be one of the reasons they hire that coach is, can he balance Deshaun Watson? And maybe there is something to Shedeur. I don't think so, but there's a couple of guys I do trust in the industry that ride on football that do think he has a shot. So there might be an opportunity to have an experienced quarterback play out his career and raise one up. It's not the worst job out there. It's not. When you have the Defensive Player of the Year like that, that immediately gives you a little bit of credit. I mean, you don't have to do that much to improve.
And then C-Note says Lawrence was in the same position as Cam Ward, and he came out of it. With the right coaching staff and scheme, he might be okay. The problem is, like, first of all, after his rookie year, Trevor Lawrence, his stats this year and, like, the past 4 years have been generally kind of the same. He didn't, like, Trevor Lawrence didn't set the world on fire this year. They just didn't lose the games. So he'd, like, oh, wow, he's not a loser anymore. That's good. But either way, if you say, okay, he's come out of it, and now let's say we all consider, I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I still don't think he's like a top. He's certainly not lived up to his draft position, even if this year was what most years are.
You can pull out a Trevor, but I can name 5 others that were absolute failures, and it wasn't because it wasn't their fault. Some of it was, but they were in situations that they could not find success for whatever reason. And sometimes they landed someplace else, like Baker Mayfield, and proved that they were better than their circumstances. Most of the time, that doesn't work.
No.
Most of the time, they are an expended bit of property. They've already been devalued. You're not worth the reclamation. I can go draft somebody younger and pay them less and end up in the same place as if I'd have kept you and paid them more. So you get lost in the numbers. You can compare him to Trevor. You can compare him to a lot of quarterbacks, but the chances of Cam Ward's success in Tennessee are infinitesimal. It's just for him to survive the next 3 to 4 years that it's going to take for this roster to turn around. He won't survive it. There'll be new GMs, new coaches, and by that point, he'll be too expensive.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. And then it's like, if next year's bad, it's just it doesn't work.
You know, the other glimmer is where do you put Bryce right now in Carolina? That's the best case scenario for Cam Ward right now. The best would be they get to the 3rd year, they get just enough success to see a playoff, and you go, is he a help or a hindrance? Is he the guy or is he the reason? I don't know.
Bryce Young isn't very good.
So
still,
but the team is in playoff contention, and you go, was he the reason we got to playoff contention, or is he the reason we're not in the playoffs? And the financial ramifications of this are roughly $200 million. It's a $200 million decision.
Yeah,
is he the reason why or the reason why not? And we got to roll the dice right now. That's where Cam's going to be in 2 years. When they do get better, and they probably will by their draft and some other stuff. Is he the reason why or why not? And you don't know. And it's that roll the dice and hope, and that's when teams fall apart, when you don't know.
B. Hannon says, is Will Levis still on that roster? Yeah.
He could be.
But the problem is you can't go backwards. You can't say, okay, Cam, you started this whole first year. Now Will Levis is going to be the starter, and then hope that you're going to bring him back. Like, well,
it would work like in Bryce, but it's only short term. You can't put him down for a year.
No.
Again, the clock is ticking. Well, the clock is ticking, and you have to make this this super big decision on that second contract. I mean, the quarterback money, if they stay and there's a potential for starting, multiplies by a factor of X. Like, it's 4 times as much now to keep him.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work out.
Well, and the other thing is, like, if you do that, there's a real possibility that you find out that Will Levis is just better than Cam. And
that would be the best case and the worst case. You end up with a situation like Atlanta, like the better dude I can't afford to play because I got to pay the other dude.
Now, last year, Will Levis was so bad.
He's not an NFL quarterback. I thought he was. He's a lifetime bench guy. That's his highest aspiration. He might play in the league for 10 years and play 3 games a year, but that's not the prescription to bringing a franchise out of the mud.
Yeah, well, like Cam Ward's already better than Will Levis was. Will Levis stunk so like you can't go to that. It's just I think you've probably stunted Cam's growth to the point where it's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard. I'll say this: a lot of guys have had a bad rookie year and come out of it. It's rare that you're really bad for 2 seasons and ever get good. Josh Allen doing it is literally like it's one of the only exceptions to this rule all time.
Well, he had to be an MVP to do it. I mean,
you've like nobody's had as bad of a first 2 years as Josh Allen and become as good as he is. It just doesn't happen.
And he became an MVP. He had to be an MVP to do that.
But yeah, it's going to be and because for Cam, the weapons aren't going to get markedly better in one off season. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Tennessee's some place where a bunch of free agents are looking to go play
there's so
they don't
much.
even know who their coach is.
Right. There's so much to get fixed. By the time you get everything fixed and kind of get him in a position to be successful, you're going to have to decide whether you're going to pay him.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pay you. I don't know. And I can go draft another guy and get the same results, basically the same timeline.
Yeah. Maybe there's a chance for him. When he gets away.
I will say this, and on just sheer arm skill, he's worth a shot. And there's a lot of NFL teams that would happily take a Cam Ward, not as an immediate starter, but you can see his delivery. There's stuff there, and it's not
if you
on
like guys
him.
who throw like a shortstop.
I mean, he can vary the arm stuff and do all the fancy things that the new quarterbacks have to do. But now we're dealing with not just his talent. You're dealing with coaching. You're dealing with a new general manager and a new idea what this football team will look like, and it might be very different. They might want a completely different style of quarterback and go start drafting accordingly, and he gets left out of the picture because he's not part of the future. And the moment a quarterback isn't part of the future, he's part of the past, man. You might as well move on.
What about Tua Tagovailoa? Where does he end up?
To see him land in Tennessee wouldn't be crazy. I mean, there's a lot of places where he needs to go to be a bridge quarterback. He's not a long-term future, but he's a starting NFL-appropriate quarterback that can at least tread water for a minute. Or this could be a Baker Mayfield thing where he just needs to go someplace else and be asked to do different things and not have the responsibility that he was given. Because this is still a guy that a couple of years ago was throwing for 3,000 yards. I mean, he's still capable of doing some stuff, but it has to be in the absolute perfect spot. And when he said that yesterday, and then I heard McDonald talk afterwards, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's done.
Tua, during the locker room clean out yesterday, they asked if he'd like a fresh start after what went down at the end of this season. Tua's quote was, "That would be dope. I would be good with it."
Considering he spent the last 3 weeks with a headset on and no uniform, he was the emergency quarterback.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Miami certainly can't go into the season next year feeling like Quinn Ewers is their guy. Quinn Ewers didn't show enough to show that he's the answer, but he's at least going to be in some sort of a QB competition. I can't imagine a world where Tua's back on the Dolphins.
No, and I wonder what happens in Arizona. Is Kyler imminent to exit? They possess essentially the same kind of skill set. It might be a bridge.
The difference is Kyler, when healthy, Kyler's legs are a game changer. Tua can move a little, but he can't.
Not anymore.
He can't run like Kyler can.
What I'm saying is, if the new coach that comes in Arizona says, "I'm not coaching Kyler Murray," you're going to have to get him out of here. But I do need a quarterback in the short term. Tua might be the dude that just fills the salary cap numbers because it's closer to match than others, and just get through until that Tua contract expires because Kyler's here for a minute, man. That's a lot of money.
I can't imagine if you've got Kyler, why would you want Tua? Tua seems like a lesser version of Kyler.
Oh, he is, but he's not the long-term commitment that Kyler is.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he could land in a place like that, because that offense is kind of built to play with that style. The linemen aren't huge. You can throw around them and through them like Kyler was meant to, and Tua has to as well. I'm just trying to find a landing spot for Tua, because knowing full well that there's another general manager coming in, and the head coach is already telling him, dude, I don't care who's coming. You ain't the quarterback.
Yeah. Rudolph says he'll be the next Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold on another team.
Could be. I hope so. The NFL needs that.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing that.
Well, Darnold took how many years? We're now, It could eventually happen for Cam Ward, but it'll be not the next team. It'll be the team after that, or maybe the third team after that. Because Darnold was a Jet, a 49er, then a Viking. So there's a lot of stuff that could happen for Cam Ward to finally get there.
A Jet and a Panther.
A Jet, Panther, then a Viking. And then it finally woke up 3 teams later. So, yeah, it could happen with Cam, but we're years away from it.
There is something, too. It's very hard to succeed at some of these trash-ass organizations. And, Sam Darnold's a good example of
Baker.
that. Like, Sam Darnold and Baker, they both went from trash Jets and Browns to the trash Panthers. Oh, nothing improved. I wonder why. Because you're playing for a trash organization. Tennessee is certainly a trash organization. The problem is, like, Baker at least showed enough. Darnold showed at least enough flashes to go, okay, maybe it's worth another shot. I don't know that Cam's done that, and I don't know if he's going to have the opportunity to. But you know what? If they hit a home run on this coaching hire, who knows?
Yeah, you can't fall off the floor. It'll never be as bad as this.
Look at what Ben Johnson did for Caleb Williams in 1 year.
Could happen.
Not that Caleb Williams at his floor was not where Cam Ward is.
I think the best case, and this is a very poor. I think Cam Ward in most other years would have been a Malik Willis type. That we draft him late. Maybe he works out. We give him 3 years to learn. And Malik didn't work out, but, they gave him that opportunity, and he just got stuck in a situation where he was well overdrafted. He should have never been the number 1 overall pick. It was a mistake.
The problem with this was, and this isn't me, like, being a hater or being hindsight, because I said this at the time. Rob, you can vouch for me. Last year's draft, I said there is not a first-round quarterback in this draft. And rather than just accepting that there wasn't a franchise quarterback in this draft, they said, well, we got to take the best one and make him the number 1 pick.
That's what the manual says we do.
That's the mistake teams make, is instead of just saying, okay, it's not the year to find one, or we got to find one some other way, or let's find a Joe Flacco and have a bridge year, whatever you do. What you don't want to do is say, okay, there's a bunch of C-level guys, I'm going to make one of them the number 1 pick. And that's just dumb.
Yep, that's why we have 5 teams that are never going to be successful in the NFL at any given time.
It's like a guy who is on a dry spell. He hadn't gotten laid in a long time, and then he goes out to a bar and just finds a bunch of fat girls who are willing to go home with him and immediately puts a ring on her and says, well, you're the one. You're it.
That's what happened to me.
For entirely different reasons.
Vic is the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
And now look at him. He's got 1 kidney. He's had cancer. He's almost
sick.
dead. Yeah.
Hey, make the best out of it.
Oh, man. No, there you go. All right. Let's take a quick break. When we come back.
We're going to have to find Vic a new place to live.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. It looks like, I got to confirm. Oh, per The Athletic, Cowboys have fired defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yep, we'll talk about that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy, guys. Obviously, NFL playoffs are going on right now, are about to go on, but the NBA also in full swing. And you want to get on that action, you can get in on it at Underdog. Something for everybody at Underdog, whatever your game is, football, basketball, you name it, college, pro, they've got you covered. And the game is simple. You pick your favorite players. What are their stats going to be? Are they going to be higher or lower? In the NBA, let's say you go blocks, steals, whatever it is, you go with higher or lower. And if you're right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Tonight, Wemby probably not going to be a big factor. I'm going to go De'Aaron Fox higher on his points tonight. I think it's the De'Aaron Fox show tonight in Memphis. They don't have a lot to stop him. And may even look at Luke Cornett higher on some of his big man stats, the rebounding stats, because who's going to stop him tonight in Memphis without Zach Edey out there? Download the app today. Use my promo code ALAMO. That's ALAMO. You'll score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody,
How are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
There's a reason why we say Connecticut is the last water softener you'll ever own. Call us at 656-PURE. I'll even let you try a Connecticut water system for free. We'll change your water, and it'll change your life.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut. SA.com.
License number 38961.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Let's go! Morning Huddle 94.1. AJ and Rob getting you through on a small Wednesday, a small hump day. I think there should be a case of the Tuesdays. That's way worse than the Mondays.
Tuesdays have no feel.
Tuesdays suck, man. I hate Tuesday.
I love Tuesdays.
Do you?
My wife's at work when I get home.
Oh,
House
yeah.
is quiet. It's the best day of the week.
Well, Tuesdays are in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's always home. That's problematic.
She probably says that about you. You know, that guy's always home.
That's true. Well, I mean, I go to work.
But you're getting home at 10.
Yeah, well, I don't get home. I don't have
11.
a teleportation device.
You're home at 11, which feels like.
Yeah, and then I'm at the poker room at 12. Like, big deal.
Till 7.
Yeah, generally. All right. We found out just before the break, Adam Schefter giving a little confirmation.
He's
that
the voucher.
Matt Eberflus, gonzo, done, see ya, out.
I guess.
Beat it.
In the cold, gray light of dawn, after all that process that Shotty told us about, how they were just really going to drink in the whole year and look back at all the games and find the reasons, and it came pretty early. The reason was you're the reason, Eberflus.
How many of these writers, like Cowboys writers, do you think had a story already ready to
shoot?
Press
They pressed
send on?
the moment they saw the Schefter tweet. Bam, done.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had it in the draft.
You know, and the funny thing is, I wonder if they were holding on to him because he was a late fire. I don't know why they waited till today. Maybe it was done. They did
all their exit interviews.
Yeah, got their lawyers and got the money to buy out and all in place and got that there. But I also wonder if somebody else was set free that they covet, that they need to jump on board and go get him. Like, is Raheem Morris they hired Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
They've hired former, defensive head coaches to come in and do this and given them free reign. They did the same thing with a former Vikings coach that came back a couple years prior. Go run the defense. We'll leave you alone. You've got the kind of experience that will allow you to be who you want to be. That certainly was Dan Quinn. He had his own side of the building. He coached the defense and let McCarthy handle the offense, and the two didn't meet. I wonder if that's the formula here.
It's not much different from the start of the McCarthy era. Remember, after 1 year of McCarthy, he had to fire Mike Nolan.
A terrible hire. That'll go down as one of the worst the Cowboys ever made. Exactly. Cut bait while you can. Get rid of the problem. Go get a guy who can really go do it and give you more time. Remember how many times we had to talk about Eberflus and talk about Shotty having to spend time on the defensive side of the building? Maybe they go hire the experienced coach like Raheem Morris, who you just pay the money because you have to pay him because he's looking for a head coaching job, and say, just for a year, you come do this, and you'll get another head coaching job. Look at Dan. Dan got another gig because of what he did with us. Same thing will happen here if you can turn this thing around.
This will be next year will be the fourth consecutive year where the Cowboys have a different defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, Mike Zimmer, Matt Eberflus, and insert X
new
here, dude. When we talk about who they're going to go after, Alexander said, now who do they hire? I think a lot of that depends on who gets hired in this coaching cycle as far as head coaches go.
Because I do like the idea of the Dan Quinn hire where you're truly an assistant head coach. You just go handle that side of the ball, and we'll talk on Friday as far as what the game plan will look like. But and let Shoddy be the offensive head coach. And that, quite frankly, the offense did pan out. But the fact that he had to spend time on the other side of the building tells you what the situation they found themselves. And when you put all the Easter eggs together, he was so destined to be fired fast. It's amazing he made it to Tuesday morning.
Raheem Morris, a call you'd make?
Raheem's my first call.
I think mine too.
He's my first call. I know I'm going to have to pay him.
He had a ton of success when he was with the Rams.
Shoot, yeah, man. And he does the things that our defense wanted to do but wasn't allowed to do. He's a man cover guy. He's an edge rush blitz kind of dude. He's not, let the linebackers make the tackles and the defensive linemen hold him up that old style. No. He's more of the Dan Quinn attacking style of defense that I think Cowboy fans want. And more importantly, Jerry Jones has always been more apt to draft that style of player.
And he's a lifer. Like, he's a dude who's been coaching his whole life. He is not unlike Kyle Shanahan in that, yeah, he went to college to play football, but mostly he was there to learn football.
He's born to coach.
And as soon as he graduated, he became a grad assistant and started his coaching career. I like guys like that because he can vibe with everybody. Because Raheem Morris gives the feel of a player. He also gives the feel of a guy who's much younger than he is. Raheem Morris is like 50. He comes across like he's 35. Like, there is something to that.
Now, there is the thing about, does Shoddy feel comfortable enough to go hire what could be his replacement?
No. Here's the other thing, and this is why he should be comfortable. Now you have a 2-time failure at head coach.
Yeah, no, you're right. But there is the fact that
Raheem Morris is never going to be a head coach again.
Well, McCarthy, when he hired Dan Quinn, had to know that there's a strong possibility that if I get fired, he'll get the job.
Yeah.
And I think if you bring in Raheem Morris, who is a 2-time loser.
He's below a 40% winning percentage in his career.
And that might be enough to where
6 years,
I'm comfortable.
You're sub 40%, that nobody's hiring this guy again.
And some of that's situation.
Sure.
Some of that's not his fault. But when you're hiring the dude, you have to know if he does as good a job as I want him to do, he could very well replace me if my side. There's nothing wrong with that, but that takes a very well-reasoned and very comfortable man to do that, to hire the dude that very well could take your job.
Yeah. B. Hannon says Brandon Staley.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
He's a young buck. I think he's still aspiring to other stuff.
I think he is too, but he also, aspire all you want.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel right to me. Maybe he interviews great.
I hated Brandon Staley as a head coach. I think Brandon Staley's a great coordinator. Another guy who had had success with the Rams. Guys off that McVay tree. If you got some McVay juju on you, I'm going to be interested. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the Cowboys go. I think a lot of it depends on who gets hired.
So does DC want out of Kansas City?
Spagnuolo?
Yeah. If he, I know he wants to interview for a head coaching job, but if he wants to exit Kansas City, that'd be another guy I'd call.
I'll say this: if I'm Spags, I am hanging around because it feels like Andy Reid is so close to walking out
that
you may just automatically get that gig. But and if you've got a chance to coach, even a slight chance to be the head coach for Patrick Mahomes, you take it because he might drag you to a Super Bowl.
And he could be enough to get a head coaching gig at one of these places. But I'm talking about a style that will sell tickets for the Cowboys, that will help lure in guys, the edge rushing blitz, man coverage, press kind of stuff that that kind of lends the kind of excitement and the turnovers that the Cowboys have so desperately kind of chased. I think that's the kind of DC they're going to hire. But he's another one of this. Either I hire the whiz kid, who I think will be here for a minute, or I go hire the old coach who's trying to find a way back, one or the other. I don't hire a middling dude that's been a DC forever. That's not where I'm going.
I don't think that's what I'm looking for either. I've heard Anthony Weaver's name get knocked around.
I don't know enough about him.
I know he's the D-line coach for the Ravens. Yeah. I've heard I can't think of the guy's name. The Eagles corner coach, Christian Parker is his name.
Is this a position coach job? Would you bring in a position coach?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would want someone who's got some experience. Of course, you just took a guy in Matt Eberflus who was a head coach and he flamed out pretty quick too.
Absolute failure.
And I don't know that. Yeah, I think you've got to have someone who who's been around for a while and has done big boy jobs. That's why I mentioned Raheem Morris first. And I mentioned Brian Flores before, although I think Brian Flores is, I think if I'm him, I'm above this job. Well, I'm either want a head coach job or I'm going to stay until I get a head coach job.
The thing is, to hire him as a DC, you can't just leave to go. You'd have to give him a promotion, to get him. So you'd have to name him assistant head coach, and that's nothing wrong with that.
No,
but that's the only way you could get a guy like Flores, and I think that would be my first call. Probably already would have been. If you're any kind of franchise with aspirations of winning, you call him to be your DC.
Brian Flores isn't. He is now no longer under contract with the Vikings.
Oh, I know. You would have.
So you don't have to per se. Like they don't have to ask permission to talk to him.
I guess that's true. He's free.
He's now a free agent.
But if you haven't already called Flores, I don't care what. You are aspiring for a different kind of coach, and I think the Cowboys, like I said, want a guy like Zimmer, like Quinn. Just go do it. Tell me what you want and be successful so I can focus on what really moves the needle in Dallas, and that's the offense.
Yeah. I think this is it's a good job. It ain't a great job.
No, it is not a
especially
great job.
Now that you don't have there's no Micah, none of that around.
There's no Micah, but here's the good news. You can show up as the DC, kind of like when you first rolled in the doors here, when you get everything you want. For a couple of years,
True.
You get every draft pick. You brought me in to be successful. I want both those draft picks to come to this side of the ball. Go figure out your offensive line elsewhere, man. You're paying me a bunch of money to fix this defense. You better give me the picks. So it'd be a good place to land.
C-Note says, has Spags ever been a head coach in the NFL? He was with the St. Louis Rams, and I think he was there for 3 years, and he had a 1-win season and a 2-win season. He was a disaster as a head coach. But that was again, that's the St. Louis Rams. That's how long ago it was.
It's been a long time ago. But
I can't think of the years off the top of my head, but it's been a good while.
06, 7, 8.
I would guess 08, 09, somewhere around then. But I think that he's found a really comfortable spot.
He's done more with less than any great DC I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had Chris Jones
and a bunch of nothing.
Basically it. So success helps when you got Mahomes on the other side of the ball. Nobody's going to take huge risks, but he's a great tactician, and he plays the style that I appreciate.
Yep. So there's a lot of options that are probably already an improvement over Matt Eberflus. It's hard, like you said, you can't fall off the floor. This was about as bad of a season as it could have been. But again, if I'm one of these guys, if I'm a serious coordinator who's got other job options, the star on the helmet is not appealing enough for me to pretend like this defensive roster is good.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to take a look at what groceries they're giving you to cook with. And right now, the groceries ain't real good for Dallas on the defensive side of the ball.
No.
And that's I mean, I guess you've got Quinnen Williams now, which is nice. That's a nice piece to build around. But the rest of it is like, oof.
Yeah, but the good news is, like I said, they've got a couple of first-round draft picks that at least one of them is going to be focused on your side of the ball, maybe both of them. The Cowboys will always spend a little bit of money. They always will do what, and you got a wheeler-dealer. There are worse jobs to be had. But I do think I would call Dan Quinn and Mike Zimmer if I was another one of those long-time DCs and say, all right, how much freedom did I get? How much did they allow you to just go be and do exactly? And I think both of them would say a fair amount. I mean, This defense was built in Dan Quinn's ideal style. I mean, a bunch of little linebackers running around, a bunch of big safeties, which didn't really fit the Eberflus method.
One thing that is appealing about the Cowboys' job is that it does feel like, even after just 1 year, even though it was an unsuccessful year, if Shoddy had the same exact year next year, it's not like he'd be fired. I think everybody feels good about the direction for Schottenheimer. Like they don't know. I don't know of anybody who thinks, the Cowboys messed up hiring Brian Schottenheimer.
No, I think universally everybody said because he did what he was supposed to do. He kept the offense going,
which I wasn't sure. Like I wasn't super sure about the hire because if this guy's a good coach, why did nobody hire him before?
Mm-hmm.
But so far, after one season, it looks like this is pretty good.
And his willingness to fire the GC. I mean, he realized.
I don't know if it was willingness.
Oh, he knew.
I think it's hey, you want to fire Matt Eberflus?
Yeah,
a gun to the head? Yeah. Yeah, sure. That sounds like the right
reason
move.
He made him go sit in the booth. Hey, man, you need to go. You're not seeing the game, man. You need to go sit at the
dude,
top
I honestly
row.
think he did that. I really think he was trying to do Eberflus a favor and say, like, maybe it'll work out better from up there. Maybe it'll take some pressure off you. Maybe you'll see things differently. Because I think he knew the writing was on the wall that, like, dude, I'm not going to have – I think Shoddy, when he says he likes Flus, I think he meant it. I don't think he wanted to fire him, but I think that the results just wouldn't allow him to keep him.
Can you imagine you game plan every week knowing I got to score 28 points?
Yeah.
Just to
be in the game.
Be in it, I got to score 28 because I know they're going to give him 28.
No, that's tough. That's a tough spot to be in. All right, let's take a break. We'll we're already wrapping up the third hour. A little bit of a change of tune for LSU and Ole Miss and that whole drama scene. We'll talk about that coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
I want you to pause and think about that tall glass of water that you probably need right now. I want you to think about how does it taste? Does it have a flinty taste? Is there stuff that's left over in the glass after all the water evaporates? If it's there, you're getting too much. You need to get yourself a Connecticut water softener. You'll no longer think about your water. It's just going to be good every time you turn on the faucet. Because the great thing about a Connecticut is you don't even plug those water softeners in. They work off kinetic energy. Saves you money, saves you salt, and does all that. But at the end of the day, it protects the things that you find that are the most important in your life. Your friends, your family, your pets, and your house, and all the appliances in there. It saves you money. And hey, and nothing beats a good glass of water, right? We all consider the importance of a water softener. It's more valuable than you've ever thought about, especially down here in South Texas, because that stuff that comes through those pipes ends up on your dishes, in your appliances, on your skin, and your clothes, all of that. Get over it. Stop it. Call Connecticut today. Never have to worry about it again. People think it's too expensive to own a Connecticut. It is absolutely not. Never has been. And now is the best time ever. If you buy a Connecticut right now, there's a reverse osmosis drinking station just ready to be unboxed. It's a gift, a little P-loan for you. The very best with a gift. What are you talking about? Call them today and find out. It's easy to get a hold of them. They're all around San Antonio. They'll come out and put a new water treatment system in your home if you're plumb for it for 90 days just to prove how good they are. Call them today at 656-PURE. Also, go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. Listen, it's time. Go get a Connecticut, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This wreck on 281 southbound before Bitters now taking up a main lane. Left lane blocked. Start moving over to your right side. This is causing about a 15-17-minute delay as you slow from Stone Oak Parkway. On 90 eastbound 211 to Military, traffic rolling slowly through the area. That wreck at 1604 Frontage Road eastbound approaching 151 just cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com for Synergenics and Low T Center. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
Never know how.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A. Hi, I'm Miles. And this is Grant. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is how the fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic. Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day. The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The football playoffs are here, and you know Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Look, as a Cowboy fan, I've got to find these games more exciting and entertaining, and I can do that with Underdog. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas, and it's easy. You take your favorite player stats and decide higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So what are you waiting for? Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Where I come from isn't all that great. What about you, Vic?
That's all right.
Flea Bottom?
Yeah.
I think this song's about you.
I got used to it.
Where I come from isn't all that great. My automobile is a piece of crap.
Yeah. At least my car's paid for.
That's true. That's true, man. And a paid-off car is a hell of a thing.
Yep.
Hell of a thing.
Have you seen the video of Berman doing play-by-play of Laura Rutledge running on the field?
I just saw
that.
that.
If you find that, go watch it.
It's fun.
It's worth watching?
It's worth a look.
Good old Berman, man.
He's still
He's still going.
Rumbling, bubbling, stumbling.
How old is he now? Geez, what, like 80 or 70?
I was there for his third retirement.
Yeah.
Well, he was born to do what he's doing, man.
Yeah. He's just done it a little too long. That's all. But some people probably think that about me. Here's an interesting question. Is there a world where the Raiders, who have Tom Brady as their owner, involved in the next coaching hire, they also have the number 1 pick. If you're the Raiders,
you trade the pick for a coach?
Not what I'm going to go. I mean, I guess you could probably do that. It'd have to be a hell of a coach, because you'd really need a quarterback. But is there a world where you could say, we will draft Fernando Mendoza with the first pick, and Curt Cignetti, we'd like you to come coach him?
Yeah.
Would you be interested in that if you're the Raiders?
Man.
Or would you be interested in that if you're Curt Cignetti?
I don't know how you wouldn't be. I mean,
Google him. He wins.
It is I don't know enough about him. I'd have to really do a deep dive on Curt Cignetti. I mean, Sigbardi. I mean, he's Vince Lombardi as far as I'm concerned. The guy showed up out of nowhere, and all he does is win, baby.
He has never coached in the NFL. He only has 2 years of coaching power conference football, but in those 2 years, he is 25-2 at Indiana University.
Dude.
The football team at Indiana University is 25-2 with him there.
Better than basketball.
Now he's one of the last 4 teams left in the pot.
He is a mover of men, and that is something I don't care what style of football you want to play. A mover of men will make them play great and beat you with it. There's something about him, man. There is a magic there. I don't know if it translates to grown men, but it works for kids.
I'd be interested in at least kicking the tires on it.
I've never seen anything like him. He doesn't look like a guy who should be able to, who's coaching the way that he coaches. He just doesn't.
Who knows how it translates to the NFL? Because he does. I mean, he seems like such a culture guy, and it's harder to build a culture with a bunch of millionaires.
Right. I don't know if his rah-rah works for grown-ass men, but he certainly does for 22-year-olds.
But I would think that at least having Mendoza there to work with would be an interesting head start for him.
Is Mendoza the right pick?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure a quarterback at all is the right pick for the Raiders.
The Raiders have to get a quarterback. They
Oh,
have
man,
to.
but
Nothing else matters.
But nothing else matters. But you could end up with a Tennessee Titans situation where you got a quarterback that's adequate, but there's nothing for him to be adequate with.
I think this year there's at least some viable options. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying they're not going to do it, but is it the wisest thing to do if there is a position player, the merit? I don't know if there is a left tackle, a edge rusher that you could truly say this is our war daddy for the next 10 years. I know it. I mean, I don't think there is, but I am so down on drafting quarterbacks number one overall that it would have to be truly the second coming for me to look at him and go, okay, we'll do this, but it'll be tough.
I mean, it is tough. And again, I thought last year Tennessee made a mistake just because I didn't think any of those quarterbacks were worth even discussing.
Maybe Mendoza is. I only got a year of this.
I think Mendoza's worth discussing. I think Dante Moore is worth discussing. I think you maybe even get down to guys like why did I lose his name now? But God, we talked about him just the other day. I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah, I think there's at least some guys worth mentioning. Whereas last year, I knew from the beginning none of these guys should be a first round.
You know what? The more you sing this, nobody but the Raiders could get away with hiring Cignetti.
You're
right.
right.
I mean, that would be such a Davis move that it could be brilliant. It could be the coaching move of the decade that you found this dude that 3 years ago was coaching at JMU, 4 or 5 years ago was a deep position coach at Alabama who had no hope of any kind of promotion anywhere. I mean, he had coached his career. It was done. He was riding out the string.
Ty Simpson was the other guy I was talking about.
So I think it would be a fabulous story. It would be wonderful to watch. I just don't know how successful it could be. But I
don't either.
Dan Campbell, it worked for him.
It just feels like it's worth a try.
I hadn't even thought about the possibility. And they do run a pro-style offense. It's not
They
like
do.
he's not opposed to it. So and if you can do with 2 consecutive quarterbacks what you can maybe translates to the NFL, maybe, man, it might be worth it.
And he's not a young man. He's 10 years younger than Pete Carroll, though.
It feels very.
And he feels. I mean, much like Pete Carroll, he feels younger than his driver's license says he is.
He feels very Madden-esque to me.
Kind of.
There's something about him that's bigger than life. There's the same way Madden was always just bigger than life. There's something about Cignetti. He is more than just Cignetti. There's something about him.
Yeah,
there's something there.
I think it's worth looking into. I don't know what he would say.
Can we pray to the football gods?
How cool would that be?
Could happen.
The Ole Miss LSU story continues to kind of unravel. So yesterday, it looked like only Charlie Weiss Jr. was going to be able to be there to coach Ole Miss. Everybody else was going to come back. Now they're saying that they are going to let some of these guys, like the running backs coach now is going to be there, even though he looked like he wasn't going to be there. The tight ends coach, the receivers coach, the QB coach, all of them are not going to be back at Ole Miss. But Kevin Smith, they said, is going to return. So they've got 2 coaches now. They had 6 of them last week, and I guess Pete Golding's still there. But it continues to be such a weird story to figure out who should be doing what. And mind you, right now LSU, all the transfer portal stuff going for LSU. You'd think you hire Lane Kiffin, your transfer portal gets real sweet. It's going the other way. Everybody's I'm gonna head out.
Well, because I don't know if you'll be here. What happens when the next best offer comes?
Well, also the LSU just spent a lot of money to bring in that head coach. how much money is there to go around to players now?
LSU's going to be fine. It ain't going to be fine immediately, but LSU's going to bring them in. I think that both institutions, Ole Miss and LSU, are at least practicing some positive karma. They're like, let's not get in the way of this. I don't want to put the bad stuff out there by not allowing or not letting these coaches go do something that they might not ever get a chance to again, no matter where they are. I'm glad they're available. I really am. I want those coaches there. The only one I don't want involved is Kiffin. Everybody else should either want to or get the right to go coach where they want to coach.
The Ole Miss was worried that Kewan Lacey was going to end up going to LSU. Third leading rusher in the country, had 23 touchdowns this year, a Doak Walker finalist, All-American. The thought was he was going to follow Lane Kiffin and company. He has agreed to return to Ole Miss, which is a huge get for them. The other guy, Trinidad Chambliss, signed a deal that is pending
if he gets
his eligibility. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if they let him play. So they're getting some things going with him. But I think that's why Kiffin brought Kevin Smith along with him. Was the expectation was that they were going to bring Lacey along with him. Didn't work out that way. And the player retention for Ole Miss, especially after the Georgia win, has been better than expected for Ole Miss, worse than expected for LSU.
I think Ole Miss panicked and they threw a lot of money at this that they probably wouldn't have. You know, if Kiffin was still there, they wouldn't have spent as much money on players probably because they probably wouldn't have had to. So I think they panicked. And at the same time, there's some negativity out there. Jump ship. If you're Lacey and you go from Ole Miss to LSU, think of the enemies you would have made.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like jumping from A&M to Texas or vice versa. You might not ever come back from that, even though it might help your career. But for the rest of your life, you're going to be considered the dude that changed jerseys to the arch enemy.
But I also think everybody who plays at a school that is smaller than LSU is going to be looking around at what Lane Kiffin did. But he brought Trinidad Chambliss in from like Jones Junior High, like a made-up place, and he said, "How about you come be quarterback for Ole Miss?" There are going to be guys lined up to try and be the next Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not too worried about Lane Kiffin. But,
no, it's LSU. They'll be fine.
But, yeah, it is like you said, I think Lane Kiffin may be trying to earn some football karma
yeah,
which he desperately needs. But it is got to be tough for Ole Miss every week not knowing who's going to be coaching you.
I can tell you this. If I'm the NCAA, I can't ever let this happen again. I have to ensure that there is no decision, whether once the coach leaves, everybody gone, you can't stay, or everybody is able to stay until the end of the season, or deals can't be done. This is untenable for kids, for your schools. Yep. It's embarrassing, too.
All right, we got 1 hour of programming left. Oh, my. Oh, I guess we better do a good job today, Rob.
Gonna have a
what do you got in that? Oh, more donuts?
More powdered donut.
Good for you. Good for you. Out of the Cool Whip container. We'll be back. Final hour of the program, Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks, it's so good to be right.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This wreck on 281 southbound before Bitters now taking up a main lane. Left lane blocked. Start moving over to your right side. This is causing about a 15-17-minute delay as you slow from Stone Oak Parkway. On 90 eastbound 211 to Military, traffic rolling slowly through the area. That wreck at 1604 Frontage Road eastbound approaching 151 just cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, it was Black Monday and it hit hard. NFL's 2-time Coach of the Year Kevin Stefanski is out in Cleveland, while Pete Carroll is one and done in Vegas after a 3-14 season. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight in Memphis. They're going to take on the Grizzlies with a tip set for 7. Wemby did travel with the Spurs and has been a full participant in practice, though he's still questionable for the game. In college football news, good friend of the show and Fighting Texas Aggie voice, Andrew Monaco, was named the 2025 Texas Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. Congratulations to a good dude. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing out there? It is a Tuesday here on the Morning Huddle, January 6th, year of our Lord, 2026.
It's an anniversary of sorts.
Is it?
Well, January 6th is the day that will limit infamy to a lot of people.
That is true. That is true. How many years ago was that? What's the
5 years ago.
January? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I still don't get that. Why that wasn't the deal breaker.
Well, there's no deal breakers.
Here we sit.
There's no deal breakers.
Never will
Not going political, just noticing the date.
That's it. One big win for a college football coach goes to Kyle Whittingham. Bryce Underwood announces that he will be back at Michigan.
I guarantee you,
which
Whittingham wouldn't have gotten the job. If
I wouldn't have taken that job if I didn't know.
He's pretty good. Did you enjoy him playing against Texas? There's
a good
future there. Yeah,
he's a good player. Now, I mean, he was against Texas. He was playing against the B team defense, but yeah, I mean, he's the only good thing going at that roster.
Big old. He's got an Allen Cam Ward kind of vibe. Big old boy, move the ball. Yeah, there's some future there.
I like him. All right, there's an article on CBS, and they are ranking the NFL playoff teams, and I wanted to see if you
was it difficult, I wonder?
Agree or disagree with these teams and where CBS puts them going into the playoffs. Who would you expect to be the
Seattle's number one overall? I would expect, as far as power ratings, at least that would be me.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anybody with a brain in their head thinks there's AFC teams better than NFC teams this year. Do you know anybody who's like, oh, the AFC, I feel really good about
only
them?
The dudes that own the jersey they're talking about. You know, only the dudes that actually own a Patriot jersey or a Bills jersey are going to come out and say that. But if you're just a fan of football, no, the expectation the Super Bowl is going to land in one of two or three NFC cities.
I say that as someone who is a Bills fan, and like the Bills were highly regarded coming into the season. Haven't really I don't know that they fell way short of expectation. They met their win total.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel as comfortable as it should have, especially
even if they don't. You know what? I think it would be worse for Buffalo fan right now if Buffalo had won 16 games. Because there's only one goal for the Bills, and you're not going to know whether you've reached it till you've played your last game. And it has to be in the Super Bowl. Whether you win 9, 10, 12, 16 games, you're not going to be judged unless you get to the Super Bowl. Anything short of that doesn't matter. So win total to me didn't play into what I was looking for from Buffalo. I don't think we're at the if not now win stage. I think there's still a little bit more time there, but there has to be an escalation. So I don't care how many games they won is what I'm getting at. You're going to be judged by playoff success. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So now this is a power ranking of all the teams. So they're not necessarily like there are teams who made the playoffs who are ranked lower than teams who didn't, and that's justifiable. Seahawks are number one. Number two, I disagree with this, but it's not my and by the way, I said CBS, it's on The Athletic is where this is at. Number two is the New England Patriots for them.
They're going by record. That's obviously somebody that doesn't research and look at who they beat, how they beat, when they beat, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, if you're just going by record, you got the best record in the AFC, and you've got, if not the MVP, the runner-up. It's hard to say you're any less than 2 or 3. I mean, you are what your record says you are, and you got a stud quarterback. But it feels very much like, I hate to say it, like A&M. It's a bunch of good numbers against a bunch of bad teams.
Or Texas Tech.
Yeah, all of those. You know, you're going to have to go a little bit further, but we're certainly happy with where you are. You know, this has been a hell of a year, but I'm not sure who you are, who you think you are.
Number 3, the Jacksonville Jags.
Dude,
you look at them like that yet?
No, but the one thing about Jacksonville over the last 8 games is they're not beating themselves. And they don't do anything stupid to lose games. It looks like that they're a very young and intelligent football team, and that's enough anymore. But no, they're not that good.
The Jags were, and they mentioned this, and I talk about this a lot as being a key factor on how good are you really versus how good do you look. The Jags, and I'm not saying it's all luck. I'm not so bold to say that, but the Jags have been very fortunate in the turnover battle. They finished second in the league in takeaways, 31 takeaways, and they scored 110 points off of turnovers, which is more than anybody else in the league.
Brilliant, actually.
Now, can you keep doing that?
Well, karma says, karma's not the best term, but I think turnovers are like a virus. Either they're, once they catch you, either you're going to keep giving them up or you're going to keep getting them. And eventually that virus goes away, however you want to define it, and you don't get them because of I think it's still 75% football luck.
Yeah.
In turnovers. I do. I know you can work on all the stripping and punching and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes the football gods smile on you, and as long as they are, I have to count that as a true stat, a positive stat on their side. Until you tell me they're not getting turnovers anymore, that's another reason to say, yes, they should be ranked that high.
Number 4, vehemently disagree with this one, the Denver Broncos. They're the 1 seed in the AFC. The more you dig into the analytics of this, the Broncos, even like we all think, oh, they're a defensive-minded football team, and they are. They're better on defense than they are on offense, but they're kind of average on defense. Like analytically, it makes no sense that the Broncos are 14-3. It really doesn't.
I wonder at what point, and it might take 1 or 2 playoff wins when we start to realize that they, the parts are good, but the sum is better. That this is just a really good football team.
It is certainly the case, and a lot of credit goes to Sean Payton because this team that he puts out there has no business being 14-3. None.
When you ask me later in the summer, look back on last year, what do you remember about Denver? And I've said it more than once. Denver to me this year always felt like they were playing with 13 guys on defense, and that's why they were speedy to the ball. You just couldn't do anything offensively, and it got you off kilter. And Bo Nix would rather, I don't know what, than throw an interception. Or Sean Payton would rather, you name the worst thing possible, would rather do anything to allow him to lose the football game. And the combination of those two things has been a successful enough to expect a little bit more. But I would say I like Jacksonville better in the playoffs than I like Denver.
I do too.
And I think
that's as knowing that Jacksonville's about to play Buffalo.
Right. I just feel like at some point the clock's going to strike midnight.
And when I say that, I think the Jags and the Bills, who are playing, one of them's not going to be around when the Broncos play their first game. I think whoever wins that game has a better chance of making it to the Super Bowl than the Broncos, is what I mean.
And I think it'll strike midnight. I think that at some point you have to be able to back up your record in the playoffs. Your record no longer counts. It just got you there. And now you're playing a team of merit. And I think that the clock will strike midnight for Denver probably pretty quick. Because
I think so, too.
If they get down, they're not going to be able to catch up. You can run on them. They're not a huge run-stop team, and if they, they just kind of rely on just bludgeoning you all game long. I think that they're imminent, but I'm not going to take away the value of this team. They are a tough out, and if you're going to play them in Denver and they have any kind of weather, it's going to make it even that much more difficult.
So here's where, like with the Broncos, the teams that they could potentially play, they could play if the Chargers beat the Patriots, they could play the Chargers. I would take the full-strength Chargers against the Broncos. I know they just beat the Chargers by 16. That's no Justin Herbert. Right. If the Chargers were actually putting their best foot forward, I would take the Chargers over the Broncos. If the Bills beat the Jags, they would play Buffalo.
No question.
I'll take the Bills over the Broncos, no doubt. If the Texans beat the Steelers, I would take the Texans over the Broncos. The only team that the Broncos could potentially play
Jacksonville
is Pittsburgh. No. Because they can't play Jacksonville in the first round. So if Pittsburgh's the only one that I could picture them going against in the next round, that I would say, yeah, I like Denver over Pittsburgh. But I just, that's how little I trust Denver.
Is it Denver or is it just the quarterback?
Again, when I got into in my mind, I've been like, oh, well, Denver's defense is just as good as Houston's
in my mind they are,
or Seattle's.
Yeah.
The analytics say that's not the case. Like especially once you schedule adjust, They're an above average defense, but they're not elite.
That doesn't bode well.
Especially in the second half of the season, they haven't been elite. So I just can't get there. Number 5, they've got the Houston Texans.
At some point, we're going to have to give them their due. Seriously, you don't win 9 straight games without doing something ridiculously well. And you can only be lucky for so long. I mean, I don't know where to place the glory, because it's not like CJ was extraordinary. It's not like you had a running back that stepped forward and, really carried the day. It was a defense that just refused to give up any points and an offense that just held on. And you know what? Winning 9 straight, you wonder if you've had heads for so long that tails is about to come up, that they could lay an egg real quick.
Yeah. A team that is very reliant on one side of the ball, constantly playing. Now, I don't think it'll bite them against Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh is offensively capable of taking advantage of the Texans. But I do think that the Texans are going to struggle to move the ball against Pittsburgh, too, just because the Texans usually struggle to move the ball.
We're getting to where we thought we were going to be, where there's 3 teams that can, and everybody else is wishing and praying for something to happen to help.
Number 6 in these power ratings blows my mind, because I think they might be number 1 or 2 in mine, is the LA Rams. I know the Rams lost a couple games in a row. I'm not panicking about that. I still think top to bottom, this is the best team. I think on when they play, Saturday, Devontae Adams will be back out there. They're going to, when healthy, this team is overwhelming on the offensive side of the ball.
And the defense is
their
solid.
defense is very, very good.
They're like Buffalo.
And look at the coaches that are still in this thing. How many of them do you really trust? Number 1 on my trust list is Sean McVay.
Yeah, the thing for the Rams and Buffalo is, I don't care what you did in the regular season. I don't care if you lost 2 games. I'm only judging you for what happens in January. You had to get to January because you were one of those 3-4 teams in the league that only thing that you're going for is the Super Bowl. There ain't no, improvement, and we all slap each other on the back and say, hey, it was a good year. No, you have to go play in the Super Bowl for it even to come close to a successful year for you. Anything less doesn't count. So you lose 2 straight in December, I don't give a crap. This is the Rams getting ready for what they were supposed to do back in September, was to play playoff games.
Number 7 is intriguing because they're one of the hardest teams for me to rank, because I really don't know what they are yet. The San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers, I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost this weekend.
They're not what we saw last week, I can tell you that.
I agree with that. I think everybody's like, there's a big overreaction to 13-3 loss to the Seahawks. Dude, the Seahawks are really, we just mentioned they're the best team. The 49ers are still very good. And if you erase that game against the Seahawks, I mean, their last 3 or 4 weeks, they were the best offense in football.
Yeah, Purdy was on fire.
Yeah, so, but we take one game and go, they're no good now. We've got to be really careful about that.
And again, the 49ers, they didn't have the same expectations as the Rams and Buffalo, but this is a roster that expects to be in the playoffs, but you expect them to be there with Fred Warner.
Well, that's the thing. And preseason, they did have those expectations. Right. Preseason, they were picked to win this division. About week 4, once you realized their roster wasn't going to have Warner or Bosa or Ayuk or any of those guys, you go, man, it's a tough uphill climb.
But the expectation is still there. Those guys in the locker room still believe.
Games.
Yeah. So I marked them for less talent. I'm not going to hold them against that Seattle game. But of all the teams that could literally come out and lay an egg and get hammered, the way they played against Seattle is scary to me, because they are doing it with scheme and sleight of hand on defense that they really have to execute, because they don't have the manpower to overcome mistakes. They don't have a Fred Warner to chase them down or a Bosa to get a closeout sack. They can't live that way. And that's the one thing that scared me about the 49ers is you can't afford to have that kind of game right then.
Number 8 is the Buffalo Bills. And
too low. That's taking them for granted. I'm sorry. That's too low.
Well, when you name the quarterbacks that it would be ranked ahead of where Josh Allen is, it's hard. But full roster, this is not a great roster. This is a pretty bad. Now, I will say there are some ways that the Bills match up well against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's playing about as well as anybody right now. But one thing that Jacksonville doesn't do, they can't do, and have proven all season long they're pretty incapable of doing, is run the football. And the teams that have really kicked Buffalo's ass this year have run the ball down their throat.
Yeah, keep out off the field.
And now Buffalo also has preferred to run this year. Jacksonville's pretty tough to run on. So if you say, well, we've got to put it, we're taking away the run games, we're going to put it on these two quarterbacks, I still trust Josh Allen more than I trust Trevor Lawrence.
You can take Cook out of the running game. You can take Allen out of the running game.
Can't take both.
You can't take them both out of the running game. And if Buffalo looks at this like we got 6 games to win, I can run Josh Allen 5 more times a game than I would have ever wanted to, but because I only need to do this for 6 more weeks or whatever the case may be. I think that's going to be the reason why Jacksonville loses. Is they're just going to lose control of the ball control. They're going to be under 25 minutes of possession, and Buffalo's just going to pound them the way that they pound them, and then Josh becomes the hero. That's what my expectation is. And again, I think Jacksonville walks away with a slap on their back saying, "Hey, we had a good year." But Buffalo has other things to get done.
Right behind Buffalo, behind the 1, 5, and 6 seeds in the NFC is the 2 seed Chicago Bears at number 9. Does that feel fair?
No.
I feel like there's a lot of questions about the Bears.
There's so many questions, but it does seem. Look at the merits of what they did. They came out of one of the better divisions in football.
Yeah,
they came out against 2 other teams that Detroit isn't a playoff team, but they should have been. I mean, they could have been. And you dealt with a Green Bay team that was hot and cold, and you came out best. I don't think they're getting enough credit, and it's because until we see Caleb do something spectacular and lead a team and win it in a game where everybody's watching, not a Tuesday in October where we get to see the highlights, then we'll start to believe. But right now, I think that they are underrated because the numbers tell me that they are better.
Eagles 10, that feels about right to me. I don't trust the Eagles. I think they've got a poverty offense. I just don't. I can't trust them.
Here's the thing, though. Now we're getting to the time in the tournament where it ain't about pretty. It's
you're
about
right.
one more point.
You're
and
right.
That's the one thing they're built for.
They
is
are
one
good at
more
that.
point than you.
So is Denver.
Yeah.
The Chargers at 11.
Gosh, I wish they were fully healthy.
Yeah. And if Justin Herbert has another game like he did last year in the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of people going, is this guy for real? Yeah. Because Justin Herbert's been so good all year long, despite all the problems that are going on around him. And if they just go in and get smoked by the Patriots, and especially if it's on Justin Herbert, there's going to be real problems.
You wonder where are the reasons and where are the excuses if they manage to lose that. But if they were fully functioning and as healthy as they could be, they would be in the top 6 or 7. This is too low.
12, Pittsburgh.
That's exactly where they belong.
The Aaron Rodgers show. 13, the Green Bay Packers.
A fraud, man.
I mean, they're just.
I don't know how they're here.
They are. They're a shell of what they were early in the season.
It's not their fault. They're banged up, but they are probably the least of all the playoff teams in my mind. No team came in playing worse over the last month than Green Bay.
There are the Carolina Panthers, though.
They played better. They won a game or 2 in the end. I mean, what have the Packers done in the last month? I mean, Micah going down signified the end.
Think about this for the Packers. They kicked that field goal to make it not a shutout when they were down 16-0. Like they called a timeout with 1 second left to kick a field goal down 16-0. That's what you do if you're the Titans and you want to feel good. You're a playoff team. You're about to go play in the playoffs, and you're taking a sympathy field goal to make you feel better.
And you're Baltimore limping home going, man, how do they in and we're not?
So after the Packers are 13, Ravens 14, not in the playoffs. Lions 15, not in the playoffs. Vikings 16, not in the playoffs. Tampa 17, not in the playoffs.
Here we go.
Panthers 18.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
You're
That's where they
there's
sit.
a chance, and they're rightfully placed as well.
Pretty wild. Colts 19, Falcons 20. That brings me to the Dallas Cowboys at 21.
They ended up at 21.
Final power rankings. Guess the bottom 3.
Well, obviously the Raiders. I'd put them there.
They're in the middle. They're 31.
31. So the worst team in all of football this year. They're not going to put Cleveland there, are they?
No.
Huh?
Cleveland was like 24, 26.
So this isn't by record?
No. Although all 3 of these teams have the same record. So the Raiders at 31 are 3-14. The Tennessee Titans are number 30.
Well, I don't know.
They're also 3 and
so
14.
I was going to say, did they put them at like 29? Why aren't they the worst? But Raiders by record, I guess.
The New York Jets.
So, I tried to defend
the Bills played no one in that game and beat them 35-8.
I heard some numbers on the Aaron Glenn era this one year. They were behind like 72% of the time.
It's dreadful.
It's a record that has never, even in 100 years, no team has spent more time behind than the New York Jets. And Aaron Glenn is still employed this morning.
Yeah.
You explain to me the ownership in the city of New York.
Yeah, good luck. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Arasti providers are around San Antonio with a purpose. And as you come into the 2026 year, maybe upping your athletic endeavors, trying to get that heart healthy again, there are strains and sprains in your future. And as you try to attain those goals, getting hurt is one way to, kind of get waylaid and stop. That's why Arasti is so successful. They get you out of pain and out of pain fast. Those day-to-day strains and sprains that will put you out of the game for a couple of weeks, they can get fixed awfully fast at Arasti. If you're dealing with any kind of soft tissue injury, don't wait. Go see Arasti as fast as possible. If you've got a young athlete in your home, one that needs a little bit of extra above and beyond what they're getting at school or on their club, call Arasti. That's what they do. Becky Hammond and Tony Parker always took advantage of Arasti because it works and it works fast. Because what Arasti does is a little bit different. It has nothing to do with pills to hide the pain or some kind of surgery to prolong it. It's your body fixing itself. And if you're dealing with soft tissue injuries, sprains, strains, lower back issues, there is no better place to go to than Arasti today. And guess what? You don't even need a referral. You can call them right now. Here's the number, 1-800-404-6050. Their website is Arasti.com. Listen, don't let pain keep you out of doing things you love. Arasti can fix you fast. Go on by there today. Get yourself taken care of. And when you do, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we do have a few stalls. 281 northbound at Isom, that one's off to the right shoulder. 90 westbound 1604 and 90 westbound at Couples, both of those stalls also off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry. Injury attorneys available 24/7.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. See rules and enter at thomasjhenrylaw.com. No purchase necessary.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or bird seed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
This year, I'm giving my hair salon a total makeover.
Total makeover sounds totally expensive.
We updated our logo and colors, so I needed to print new signage, brochures, business cards, everything.
Everything will not be cheap.
Staples did it all, and I saved $100 on my order.
$100? Trim my whiskers, that's a good deal. For everything your business needs to print, let's go Staples.
That was easy.
Offer valid in-store and online. Ends 1/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
The
Buy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Hey now. Good morning, everybody. Everything's so blurry today. Everyone's so fake. How you feeling, Vic? How we holding up in there?
He looks blurry.
Yeah, a little better.
They're a little blurry.
My eyes are watering a lot.
Oh. You gonna take the rest of the day off, or you go home and take a nap?
Nah, I got to work from home when I get home. But
that means you're gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna work from home, like these sales guys, like the salespeople.
Oh no, they're bitching right now. They're just walking into work.
Oh yeah,
they had to come in yesterday early.
Not a happy group of salespeople.
They were salty dogs, man.
Today's Tuesday meeting, so
Tuesday meeting. Here. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, big day, big day. All right. Here's where we like to see what's going on in the world outside of sports. I don't know if you were aware that things like that are going on.
I don't watch the news. It scares me.
Gen Z has produced its first great American band. And there's a band I've never heard of this band, so this will be good for us. It's a good test for us, Vic.
Okay. What is it?
See if you can find a band on the interwebs called Geese.
Geese?
Like multiple gooses. Okay. Geese. They are now being described as Gen Z's first great American rock band.
All right, we're due.
They are from Brooklyn. They are childhood friends. They formed in high school, and they were going to split up before they went to college, but instead they put out some demos, and it started a record label bidding war. And the lead singer, Cameron Winter, said, "I probably had the best April 2020 of everyone on earth." He took a flurry of video calls during the first COVID lockdown, and since then they've released 3 albums, but the latest one, called Getting Killed, has drawn a lot of attention, and they are now known as apparently their influences, the Velvet Underground, Captain Beefheart, Suicide, The Strokes, and Radiohead.
Oh, well, not my favorite influences, but everybody's been influenced by Radiohead.
Right.
I don't know.
Pretty slow.
Well, I think it's the only. Oh.
Are we sure this is it?
No. No.
This can't be what they're talking about.
Yeah?
This is Getting Killed?
It's the official music video.
Oh my, what's the song called?
I will pays do cocaine.
Oh, boy.
Oh, let me find another one.
Well, that's it. There you go. That's your first great American rock band,
Well, that
Gen
one
Z.
sounded like he was hurt.
Way to go, Gen Z.
I think he pulled a muscle.
Hold on, here's another
Look what you guys have done.
This was called Mysterious Love. Let's see. Let's see if this will.
Okay, a little bit more.
This guy sounds like Bono.
Hey, I'm down.
I can get down with this.
Yeah.
That first song sucked. And
a lot of echo and edge effects there.
The pace of that first song, you can't put cocaine in a title and then be that slow.
Yeah.
You got to get it going if we're talking about cocaine.
Is the band Goose or Geese?
Geese. This one is Mysterious Love. They're actually in concert on March 20th in Dallas. And then they're in Australia all of February.
The record is a restless with possibilities of what can be done. Music that makes you feel something, from wanting to dance to gouging your eyes out to screaming at the top of your lungs from a rooftop, building and bursting with sound. An unpretentiously groovy record.
Groovy, man.
Wow, those are good words.
It's groovy, man. I know I bring this story up because I know both of you guys are watchers of this. Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh, I just finished it.
Great series. If you
I
haven't
just
watched
finished it on Sunday.
Go watch every season. What, 4 years worth now? 4 seasons?
4 seasons.
Well, it's over.
Are they going to call it?
No.
Yep.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
There's so many questions.
Yeah. It looks like it says, why is the final season shorter? Season 5. So season 5 does exist. It's only going to be 8 episodes, though.
Oh, okay, good.
At least we get to find out.
Yeah.
I got questions.
Got to find out what happened to Bunny.
Yeah.
But apparently, this is Taylor Sheridan is leaving Paramount, which has something to do with this. But it's done. I haven't seen it, but it's done very well
excellent
for critics.
It's excellent.
It's very good.
Remember, he drove over himself with a snowplow.
Yeah.
And had to come back to work. Worked hard to get back to it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they spent all of last season leaning up against walls and stuff because he couldn't stand up to do the part. But apart from that, it's been, we talk about The Wire, and Omar is one of the most intriguing characters of all time.
I think he's the greatest character of all time on television.
Bunny in Mayor of Kingstown is his photo negative. He's the opposite of Omar, and also a remarkably intriguing character.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I might have to watch this show. I haven't seen it yet.
It's excellent, excellent.
But apparently, it's done. The ratings for this show and the streaming numbers have not been as good as the other Taylor Sheridan shows. Which, I mean, listen, you're comparing stuff to Yellowstone. Yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah. That's always going to be on top.
You talk about hot. This Taylor Sheridan out of just
he's
everything.
Figured it out,
he touches, man, just goes to gold.
Have you seen that Lioness?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it. It's pretty good.
Oh,
yes.
You need to watch
There's
that.
2 seasons of that, right?
I don't know, but all I know is
I saw it all.
Football season ending is going to give me some time to catch up on real TV. Like I hardly. I mean, if I'm not watching football, I'm usually rewatching football games, or watching, all 22 film or something. I just don't have time for regular TV. So
Lioness is really good.
Okay, I'm gonna get into some of that. All right, because we've gone over, I'm gonna take our last break of the day, and Vic, when we return, we're gonna do the daily lines because that's what we always do to wrap up the show, and it'd be weird if we didn't. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Joe, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop! Folks at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Over 3 million Texans struggle with diabetes. There are neighbors, teachers, doctors and nurses, police officers, and often our family members. Across every walk of life, Texans may be fighting a serious health battle, but there's hope for a cure. Right now, when you make a donation to HelpStopDiabetes.com, Thomas J. Henry will generously match your donation, with all proceeds supporting the American Diabetes Association. Because when we take care of each other, we take care of Texas. Please, make your donation today. Visit HelpStopDiabetes.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
This is TV's Dr. Travis Stork for Eggland's Best Eggs. Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
With the calendar now in January, the basketball world is taking over, and to add more excitement, make sure you're playing along on Underdog. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action where you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy and fun to do. Take your favorite players and decide higher or lower on stats, points, rebounds, steals, and more. With Wemby, always look at the blocks and see where you're going to go from there. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
They're never going to throw it back to you. Ever. Maybe today.
Yeah.
I got to have sunglasses to sing this song.
Oh, yeah. Lip sync it. Go, go.
Are we over the Fuhrer, or is that World Tour still going? Are they still traveling the world and
I don't
selling
know.
out millions?
I'm
of
sure
seats?
they are, yeah. Money's right. The money's right. John says we should get a poll up to see if AJ should sing or not during the show. Let the people vote.
I think the vote's been had.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, we live in an authoritarian system, and the grand poobah, the Fuhrer of the radio station, has decreed no singing. It's unfortunate, but we follow the rules. We follow the rules here. I'm a rule follower. Everybody knows that about me.
Do we? I see that.
I'd say maybe. Maybe I'm a full rule follower. Maybe. Because after all, I mean, who wants a guy who follows all the rules?
You're walking a plank right now. You know that, right?
I'm just talking about.
You got about 3 more steps.
What
You're
are you
going to get
talking
wet. I'm just saying. I'm an innocent bystander.
Oh,
but
all
you're
right.
standing on the edge, my friend.
I know. He's. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They'll never throw it back to me.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Couple changes in the college football playoff lines. Both games have moved.
Growing.
No, the opposite.
Oh, where's the money coming from?
Miami now down to a 3-point favorite against Ole Miss. They were 3.5 as of yesterday. Indiana down to a 3.5-point favorite over Oregon. They were at 4 yesterday. So small moves, but in this area, anywhere between 3 and 4, that's a pretty good move. So a little money coming in on the doggies there. I agree in one case. I disagree in the other.
I think Indiana will go back. I think it'll go back.
I think I
like this number.
I think Indiana's going to win by a touchdown, maybe more.
I'm liking it even more with this. So,
I'm tempted to bet Ole Miss money line. Like I think Ole Miss just might beat Miami.
I think that's.
I feel silly having doubted Ole Miss last week.
Well, here's the problem: that you've got so much to do. I mean, you've got to get ready for this game. This is the biggest thing any of these kids have ever done, and it took until Tuesday for them to be absolutely sure that their OC will be calling plays and their coaches will be in the building. That's a lot of upheaval to deal with. Then to go win a football game. I think that they should. If Kiffin was still there and that was, all things were normal, I'd pick Ole Miss easy.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've got it, but this is going to be a tough one for them.
NFL, a couple of slight moves. Rams now 10-point favorites at Carolina. Green Bay and Chicago, I looked at the line. I mean, it's flip-flopped about 6 times between who's favored in this game. As of right now, Chicago's a 1-point favorite at home against Green Bay. I think Chicago's going to win the game.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the money line on the Bears is minus 108. I think the Bears are going to win. I think the Bears are way better right now.
Yeah, 1 point. Has anybody looked at Green Bay lately?
I don't think so.
I mean, they're living on. I know they're a playoff experienced team, and they're one of those teams that you're going to be judged by this, not regular season. But no team came in more hobbled and limping than Green Bay.
And the Packers are talking about firing Matt LaFleur. Can you believe that?
Well,
I say the Packers are Packer Nation is talking about
they
that.
won't, but I do get the sense that at some point it's just time for a different voice and a different idea. No reflection on you, but who you are ain't what we need right now. They're not there yet, but in a year, if this happens again, I think that the love experiment will be on its way out, and Flus will be too, or LaFleur will be too.
Bills minus 1.5. Starting to be some -1, so basically you're just betting the money line here in Jacksonville. Right now you lean in Bills or Jags?
Bills. Yeah,
okay.
Bills.
Niners at the Eagles. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites.
I'm rooting for the Niners.
I believe in the Niners, honestly.
If you want to talk about quarterbacks that have gone from Mr. Irrelevant to great and then from great to irrelevant, I think we're seeing two quarterbacks going different directions.
I think what this line says is if this game was played in San Francisco, the Eagles would be like a 1.5 point dog. I don't believe that. I don't like. That's what it's basically saying is the Eagles are the better team. And like if they played on a neutral, the Eagles would be favored.
The question is, which team? Are we getting the 49ers of 2 weeks ago or the 49ers of last week? Well, and that's the scary thing.
Okay, well, which Eagles are you getting? The Eagles of this year or the Eagles of last year?
The thing about the Eagles to me, exactly. Well, the thing about the Eagles to me is they just want to win by a point. This ain't beauty contest. They don't give a damn. The only person that cares about stats on that team is A.J. Brown. Everybody else just, let's get the W and get out of here. And that's a scary team to have to deal with.
Chargers are plus 3.5 in New England. I think that's a good line. I probably lean the Chargers there.
I have no idea.
Just because I want the Patriots got to prove it to me. They can do it against a decent team.
This is going to be the most interesting game. And not that it's going to be the most entertaining. I have no idea what's going to happen.
And then the Houston Texans, -3, starting to see some 3.5s pop at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think that'll grow. Well, no, 3.5 about as far as we'll get. But I like the Texans.
In the association tonight, the Magic are in Washington taking on the Wizards. Orlando -7.5. The Cavs -5.5 at the Pacers. That'll cure what ails you. Lakers -6.5 at the Pelicans. You may know there's a lot of road favorites tonight. The Lakers -6.5 at the Pelicans. Spurs -5 or 6.5 now at the Grizzlies. So Spurs taking a little bit of money. Remember they were 5.5 a little earlier in the show. The Mavericks -5.5 in Sacramento. The only home favorite today, the Minnesota Timberwolves, -7.5 against the Miami Heat. So a lot of. I usually don't like betting road favorites. So if I'm looking for some home dogs, maybe Sacramento catching 5.5 against Dallas would probably be the most appealing of those to me.
Yeah, I like Sacramento.
I mean, Dallas coming off a big win, it just feels like a letdown spot.
Yeah.
In college hoops, did you watch any of the game last night? It's Corn. I got to win.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Nebraska's a scary team, man.
They're good, man. They are not the scariest team, though. That title belongs to Michigan. 13-0 Michigan, who beats everybody by 20. They are 20.5 point favorites today against Penn State on the road. At Penn State, they are 20.5 point favorites. I will not be betting Penn State, I can tell you that. My lean is to just say Michigan just crushes them.
The AP, Arizona came in at number 1, though, right?
Yeah, still.
That keeps Michigan mad. Penn State's in trouble.
I think so, too. Duke is at Louisville. Louisville, a 1.5 point home dog. Give me the home dog here. Duke, there's something wrong with that team. They don't feel like they are clicking. That Sarr kid, the foreign kid that they brought in, is now on the bench. He can't even get on the floor anymore. They struggled against Florida State, struggled against Georgia Tech. That's concerning. Now they're going to Louisville, who's a pretty damn good team. I like Louisville as a dog here.
Maybe. Don't count Duke out.
Well,
this feels very coach.
They've got good players.
It feels like Shire has inflicted some sort of issues onto the team just to keep them less than complacent. Sarr's going to start later in the year. He's just got a down week. Be careful with this one, man. Louisville's good, but they ain't that good.
This, to me, is a great spot to bet the Florida Gators. Florida just started the SEC season 0-1. They got beat by Missouri, who sucks. They are not good. And normally you'd say, well, why would you bet on them then? Well, Georgia just played in a dogfight with Auburn, an overtime game. And now Georgia is a 9.5 point favorite going into Florida. I like the Gators to bounce back here and take a little chomp out of
Georgia's better than I thought they were.
They are good. They are good.
And Florida's got some residual we know how to win, but they're a little barren in the backcourt.
But it's also been a pretty soft schedule so far
I've seen Florida play once.
For Georgia?
And I've seen Georgia play twice. And Georgia's better than I thought they were. I think they're better than Florida. I think they are, but we'll see tonight.
So the losses, Florida's got, they're 9-5, so it's not a great record. But of those losses, one's to Arizona, one's at Duke, one's at UConn.
Worthy losses.
Georgia hasn't even played a team of that caliber, much less beat them. So I'll back the Gators tonight in that one. Iowa is headed to Minnesota to the Barn. Very tough place to go play on the road. Minnesota, a 6.5-point home dog. I'll back another home dog here with the Gophers.
Did they? I thought I saw Minnesota get an upset last week. I thought I saw them get a good win.
They probably did, and it was probably at home. I don't know though. They beat Indiana in their house. I think it
was I saw them beat Northwestern.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's an upset.
No, but I saw them hang 80 points. They're not bad.
They're not bad. Central Florida is at Okie State. Oklahoma State minus 3.5 there. Probably lean to the home team there. This is a pretty decent matchup, although Texas Tech's been a little disappointing this year. Texas Tech at Houston. Houston's a 5.5-point favorite.
This is a must-watch, man.
Texas Tech's a little bit they're a little bit short on bodies, which is really particularly in the front court, which is a terrible, terrible place to be when you're playing Houston. So basically it's topping against about 5 dudes. And I'm telling you, man, this Kingston Fleming's this is a ball player. He is elite.
He's a top 5 draft pick.
So I kind of like the Cougs to get the job done at home tonight. Texas is at Tennessee. Tennessee, a 10.5-point favorite. I've got no interest in backing Texas. They suck.
They don't have horses, man.
And Tennessee at home, pretty solid. It's going to take a while for Sean Miller to figure this thing out in Austin. And TCU's at Kansas. Kansas minus 8.5. It feels like a big number, but I do not bet against Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse. It's just a rule of thumb for me.
They are a gettable team this year, but they're living on mystique.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of universities that would be happy to have their 5 starters, but this is not Kansas quality.
It doesn't feel that way either. So, I again certainly lean TCU. TCU put a whooping on Baylor over the weekend. But yeah, I hate betting against Kansas at Fog, so I just stay away from it there and pass. Pass is the way I go with that one. Finally, we've got some National Hockey League tonight. We've got the Ducks at the Flyers. Flyers minus 155. The Avalanche minus 115 at the Lightning. The Canucks are at Buffalo. The Sabres are minus 175 favorites. The Stars are in Carolina. The Hurricanes minus 135 favorites. The Devils, Vicky Valancourt's the Devil, they're minus 125 at the Islanders. Florida Panthers minus 125 at Toronto. Golden Knights, who've lost like 4 in a row. They stink right now. They're minus 115 at Winnipeg. Predators are at the Oilers. Edmonton's minus 160. The Columbus Blue Jackets minus 125 at the Sharks, and the Bruins minus 125 at the Kraken. That does it for us. Jason and Joe, you may know them as the Blitz. They come up at 2 o'clock. They'll go until approximately 6. They'll do their best. Rob and I and Vic will all see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.